Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome back to another live stream. This one here, we've got a few special guests here and one kind of returning mystery guest. We got a lot to talk about, so look, we're just going to get straight into it. So we're going to bring in Matt. Matt, how are you getting on?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm all good, man. What time is it down there? It must be morning time for you, is it?
Yeah, we're looking at 6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m. Thanks very much for getting up so early, and thanks very much for giving up your time.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We might have Mandy later on.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah, that is a rumor. Rumors are out there. Making his return to the 6-scale ring. I think this is a once-off though. This could be like a Christmas special, only like a summer special. I am absolutely hyped to be talking to this guy, because we've gone back and forth about a few things that I know he's interested in, just messaging back and forth on Instagram, but he's agreed to come on the show today. I'm absolutely hyped to be listening to his opinions on the Man of Steel movie, and of course the newly announced INART Man of Steel figure, and yeah, just looking forward to him back on the show. Eddie Money Mendez, you were the mystery guest for tonight. How are you getting on?
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm excited to be here.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing, bro?
Good stuff.
Kind of nervous. I haven't streamed in like 8 months, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's all right. There's only like 10,000 people watching live, man. You're fine. Just and look, we're going to bring in the fourth guest here, definitely last but not least. So this is a man, I suppose he needs no introduction really. If you are a collector and you engage with YouTube and you watch like videos and stuff like that and reviews, you know this guy's name. A lot of people talk about the big three, Marvel, DC and Star Wars, and as important and great as those things are, what I really like with this guy's content, not only his photography, but his attention to detail, the way he lights and poses his figures, but the fact that he's a fan of the big four, Alien, Terminator, Predator, and Robocop. I'm looking forward to seeing which one is his favorite. It's like picking your children. You can't possibly choose one of them. Dean Knight, the man of the hour. Thanks very much for agreeing to come on here, Dean.
Hey guys.
How are you?
How you doing? Yeah, I'm all good. Thanks for the nice intro.
Yeah, all true, man. I was watching some of your videos there today. Your thoughts on Freeze. We're going to get them live now, and hopefully thoughts on John Wick and a few other things. So yeah, what's the temperature like over there in the UK?
It's getting a little bit less intense. It's still pretty hot tonight, but apparently it's going to be getting better soon. I'm just looking forward to autumn. It'll be nice.
You and me both, man. Kind of Halloweeny vibe and stuff. So
yeah.
Cool. We're going to get straight into it, Dean. We're going to kind of just a discussing topic, kind of an icebreaker here for everyone. Just want to ask the panel members there, like, this is open to panel members and anyone watching live on the replay. You can leave a comment in the chat, or on the replay a comment, just a comment on the video, whatever. What has been the best, your own personal, most exciting 1/6 scale announcement of 2026? So we're not talking about release at all, just things that have gone up for pre-order that was just like, this is insane. This is like something I've been waiting to for the longest time. I'm going to start off with you, Dean. What has been the most exciting announcement so far this year for you?
I don't know if it's up for pre-order yet, but definitely The Exorcist by Caustic Plastic.
Is that the one that comes with the bed and stuff like that, or?
Yeah. Sideshow kind of, I don't know, they must be watching Caustic Plastic like crazy, because they announced Frankenstein's monster and then Sideshow did it, and then The Exorcist was going to be the big exclusive for Caustic Plastic, and Sideshow come in with their version. But yeah, like, I just think with the level of realism they pack into those figures. I mean, I haven't seen a Maestro line figure in person yet, but everything I've seen everything apart from the Twin Peaks figure. For some reason, I never got my hands on that one, but everything I've seen from them, they just keep getting better and better and better. So I can't wait to see the Crow and Conan and stuff like that. They're really exciting company.
Which that Crow figure looks insane. Which version did you go for, or did you pre-order that?
No, I get the figures from Caustic Plastic. I haven't discussed that with Fabio yet, because I was doing reviews for them like even before they officially were 100% legit. So like the first figure they ever sent me to review on the channel was Bud Spencer, and then like you started getting stuff like Fonzie from the Happy Days. I still got every single one of them in the loft. I got a few on the shelves, but they're really cool with me, man. They've been looking out for me since they started. So you know, I don't expect to get Maestro line stuff to review because it's so expensive. But if they can maybe give me a little discount or something, I don't know. We'll see.
And they know you're going to do a good job as well. And
Oh
take it
yeah, yeah. That's.
seriously,
I mean,
so
the
it's,
reality
yeah.
of it is, like, I'm gonna help them. You know, like, if you present it well. I mean, there's people out there who do it better than I do. I mean, I've been just doing it the way I do it since I started. But I know.
Don't
that-
undersell yourself there, Dean.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job, man. To be fair, like.
Well, I don't know, because it's me. I'm in there on my own for 20 years, almost doing this, and I get feedback from the community in comments, and I do take it on board. But there's always a part of yourself, because I'm working with such crude stuff. Like my lights, they're just desk lights from like they're cheap. Like they're not. And my camera's good. Like I looked up, I had to go back on Amazon like 4 years to see how much I paid for that thing. But the Canon camera I use, it's like a 90D, and that cost me like 1,600. I was like, Jesus, I forgot how much I paid for that thing. But it does make a difference. It does make a big difference. The camera does help a lot. I mean, I was so stubborn with my phone for like 15 years on the channel, saying, no, I don't need a camera. I just use my phone. But phones today are even better now. So, yeah.
I think with the SLR though, I know from like taking photos, I just find I've more control over what I want to do with the SLR. Like, you know, like once obviously you know the stuff inside out, and so does Mandy, who'll be coming in here shortly. Just like once you know shutter speed and sensitivity and aperture, I find
I don't know any of that stuff.
But you're probably doing it automatically. Like it's like someone who
There's literally just the brightness and darkness button, and I find
the
that if
brightness
you-
and
Yeah, like I'd rather the shot be darker and I can just turn it up if I need to. But if it's overexposed, that's I don't know. I don't like that. So I only know the brightness and darkness in that setting.
But
I wish I knew more.
you're doing it better anyway. It's like someone who gets guitar lessons versus someone who just picks up guitar and teaches themselves, which I think you taught yourself guitar. Would I be right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Makes sense. We got another guest, so kind of fifth and final guest, I think. Delighted she's here. Someone who's all about the aperture.
Mandy.
Hello.
Mandy, how are you getting on? How was your day?
It was very, very good, very full, but lots of fun. We did a nice dog walk at the park, and then went back to a friend's house. Did a bit of teaching this morning, not very much. Took the dog to walk. Took the dog to work. Took a nice walk down the canal. Came back. I got a new dog in, so I took the little dog in the garden with not a real dog for John Wick. So I just took a couple of shots just to see how it would photograph, and then here we are. I'm really glad I've made it, and it's great to see you guys, Eddie, Dean, Matt, Shane. Brilliant.
You must have to rush around a fair bit to make it so early as well. I wasn't expecting you to turn up for another hour or something.
I didn't, but our daughter's coming in on the train, and it's like, oh, can you pick me up? And it's like, so I didn't have to, but Luce has gone to get us, so it's all worked out rather well.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad it worked out like that. So, while you're here, what was your most exciting 1/6 scale announcement so far of 2026? Not releases, just ones that went up for pre-order announcement. Mandy, what do you think? Dean was saying it was his one was the Exorcist figures from Caustic Plastic.
Oh, very nice, very nice. It's going to have to be some INART thing. Dumbledore was last year, wasn't it? Because I'm pretty excited about that. So Gimli was this year, I believe.
Yeah,
Gimli.
good.
Yeah,
good
what do you
call.
steal mine for?
Well, did you say Gimli?
So we're going to go to
too?
you now, Matt. A natural segue.
I'm going to blow Mandy right out of the water. It has to be, without a doubt, the new Johnny Fortnite announcement for sure.
Definitely, yeah. We're all chomping at the
is
bit
it
for that one.
Johnny? Is he called Johnny? Yeah. Is it
I have
Johnny?
no
or
idea.
Jonesy?
I have no
Jonesy.
idea.
Jonesy.
Oh, there you go.
Jonesy.
There you go. I
I've
had
pre-ordered
no idea.
already. No, I haven't.
Matt, was Gimli your favourite, or do you have a different one?
It really was. So I don't know where I'd go second. But the thing is, we're really spoiled. There's been so many great announcements, though. So it's kind of hard to dwindle it down almost to one, to be honest. I'll give it some more thought and come back.
All right, Eddie, what you think?
I think it's no surprise for most people. Mine's gonna be Man of Steel. But
Good, yeah.
there are a ton. Like Gimli's exciting. Alan mentioned earlier in the chat, BVS Batman. That's exciting. I actually don't have those two on pre-order though. Just those came out at bad times, so I didn't pre-order. But I did pre-order Man of Steel. So spoilers for chat later. But yeah, I'm super hyped for that.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
If you're joining us, we do actually have a poll in the chat, I believe. And the poll, I'll just call it out. It's basically, I just selected some kind of big ticket items. What has been the most exciting announcements so far this year? Was it the Hot Toys Alien 40th stuff? Was it the INART Terminator figures? I know that was kind of late last year for the police shootout. I'm throwing in the one boat, the 2-pack police shootout and the endoskeleton, the Hot Toys Doomsday stuff, or the Hot Toys Star Wars May 4th stuff. That is actually trailing at the moment, but it's 29 votes, and the Hot Toys Alien 40th stuff is in the lead at the moment. But if you want to cast your vote, folks,
Have you got
go
the
ahead and
Reeve
do so.
Superman 2-pack on there?
I forgot I did this like lastminute.com.
Shame.
I know.
Shame on
I
you.
know. I'll take my nerd card and I'll get rid of it.
That would be high up
Yeah.
there for me.
Let's banish Shane. He has to get out.
Yeah, and my one would be I think the Alien 40th stuff. Didn't that Queen?
Well,
Crazy.
no one predicted that they were actually going to make a Queen, so that's just phenomenal.
No, everyone predicted that they do a Power Loader 2.0 and they wouldn't do a Queen, but yeah. I'm very quickly going to address the chat. So we got just a lot of people in the house here. We got Dream Visions, we got Dub Toys, we got Paulina, I think it is. I probably butchered that. You got
Pollyanna.
DK Collecting, Pollyanna. We got Doc Bat, of course. We have Eddie Money Mendez, figure fan for life. We've got Cork as well, 2K. We've got Joe Steffen, moderator of Clan 6 and a channel member. Thanks very much. Dave's Man Cave Ireland, thanks very much for being here as well. Of course, we have Dub Toys, Hop Toy. We've got Bailey as well. I might StreamYard's having a murder. Bailey in the chat there. We got Dream and Visions. We just want to confirm, no, this Dean Knight and Dean the Dream are two different people. Dean the Dream is for collecting weekly, and Dean Knight is from the UK. Completely different people. We got Neil Riffick as well. Thanks very much for being here. We got King Ding-a-ling. That is the most user-friendly, it's a fun username to say. We have got Just Keith Lee. Thanks very much for being here. Another channel member. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's another good one. Who else do we have? The best investment. So Rodri says the best investment to promote your figures to send them to Dean Knight for the first review. Amazing photography and video quality. Yeah, absolutely. I think we all second and third that 100%. We got Chris TK421 Collectibles. Thanks very much for tuning in, Chris. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. We got Cash Money Kid as well. What's it, Echo? It's just sometimes it happens. We'll just get on with it. First world problems. Thanks very much for letting us know, though.
Hang on a minute. So I just turned on my. You're still getting echo even when my mic's turned off.
No, not when it's turned off. Not when it's turned off. No, it's only when
It's been
it
turned
when
off
it
the whole
turns on,
time.
it's been back. Pardon? Now it's off. Yeah. Who else do we have? We've got Jake E. Is this a new weekly thing? Is this the lineup we'll get weekly? I don't know. I kind of stream at 9 on Saturdays when I feel like it. But I was managed to get Dean in so here tonight. So yeah, we'll take it one Saturday at a time. Thanks for watching. Hot Toys Collector, Knight Rider for me. That's a big deal. Evening to you. Mitchell Lawrence, all the sci-fi classic stuff. Absolutely. Got S Beam here as well. We got a lot of people in. We got 53 watching live, people. Thanks very much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Awesome to see Dean on the channel. He has a fantastic channel. Absolutely. And Hop Toy saying Alien Ripley. And then Dart Profi. How you doing, Mario? Thanks very much for joining in. We got 60 people watching live. Much appreciated. Okay, let's go on to our first figure topic. I want to get people's thoughts here with this. Right, we'll get rid of this banner for starters anyway. And we're going to talk about Freeze first. Actually, you know what? I'll let the people know what we're going to be talking about because we want to hold them hostage. We will. This is the menu for tonight. This is what we're going to be doing. We just discussed, we gave our own best announcements up to 2026 so far this year. We got a lot of Gimlis. Dean was saying about the caustic plastic Exorcist figures, Eddie, Man of Steel, and myself, the 40th Alien stuff. No surprises there. We're going to talk about Freeze now, then we're going to talk about Artisan John Wick. I'm going to ask you a difficult question later on, question number 4 there. We'll touch on the Mustafar Kenobi that was released during the week. We'll touch on the J&D Wonder Woman statue. We will give Dean and Eddie a chance to talk about Man of Steel and the INART Man of Steel figure. I think the three of us, we've already given our thoughts on that in previous streams, so we're going to bow out of that. We'll lightly touch on Fortnite. We'll do a bit of a Q&A with Dean as well. So, Freeze. Can I get your thoughts on this, Dean? We're going to go to Dean, then Eddie. What do you think about this as a figure? I know you're not a fan of the movie, as a lot of people aren't, but what do you think? Did Hot Toys drop the ball here, or did they nail this one?
Oh, it looks excellent. Looks perfect to me. I'm not an expert on what he's supposed to look like, all the details of the armor and stuff, but it looks like a 10 out of 10. Incredible. You know, it's just...
I tend to agree on you, yeah.
It's just not a Batman film that I watched. I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through from start to finish. That's the one I didn't see at the cinema. I saw Batman Forever at the cinema. That was the last kind of memory of the less gritty ones before Batman Begins came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I skipped this one just because I can't remember. What year did this come out?
This is 97.
I would have been 16, well into my grunge years. that was the grungy Rocky time. Yeah, this wasn't edgy enough for me back then.
I know, I get that, because I don't think Neon and Bat Nipples go hand in hand with Soundgarden or Nirvana or whatever. But yeah,
it's great though. Honestly, I think it looks fantastic. All the pictures are great. I can't wait to see. I think it's going to look amazing in displays and all that. It's just I don't have the space, so I've got to be very, very careful about the things I get these days.
Yeah, no, I get you. My thoughts really quick on this. Yeah, it's not a movie that I vibe or whatever like that. But I think this is figure of the year potential. They've nailed the likeness to Arnie. The chromed out look and proportion in this looks incredible. The fact that it's USB light up in the helmet, the upper body, the legs, and the gun as well. And they've utilized the little pipes and stuff like that. I think they've hidden some of the wires in the pipes there, which is just clever. Yeah, and the base is reuse, but I think in this case it doesn't matter. I think it absolutely works. So I can see this being on the figure of the year nominees, and maybe, who knows, maybe it'll be up there with the that scorched xenomorph, which people are raving about as well. So Eddie, I'm going to go over to you as well, because I know this is like, you're a big fan of. I'm just going to let you speak for yourself, Eddie. You just tell me about this.
No, that's really cool. I know I'm like one of the only people in the community that likes Batman and Robin, so I'm glad to see they're actually doing it, and I think it did turn out really sick. I do have it on pre-order with Underground, so hopefully I get it soon, but the light up is fantastic. I had the third-party one. I forgot. It was like Dragon Toys, I think.
Dragon Toys, yeah.
Dragon
and that was a
Toys,
stand-in, but absolutely in no means like as good as this is.
Yeah, really inferior.
Yeah, the boots were die cast, so that was cool, but you couldn't move them. They would just swivel. So you could only really have him in like basic standing poses. But I'm excited to get this one. I really like the effects. I think throwing in that base from the previous Batman armor suit was a good idea. Like, that's a cool touch. So I'm excited. I'm not the biggest villain collector, but obviously because this is from Batman and Robin, and I have Riddler and Two-Face from Mars Toys, so those are kind of really the only villains I'm going for. So I'm excited to get it. I think it'll look great next to Batman and Robin. I have them back here, but I need to change the display setup. But yeah.
Hey, would you get the Jazz Inc. Poison Ivy to accompany this?
Probably, yes. I saw it at SDCC, and I am hoping that he does improvements on the likeness, but the figure itself looked really cool, and it's just a super nostalgic thing for me. I talk about this a lot. I obviously, like, if I try to rewatch the movie now, it's kind of a tough watch. I'm not gonna lie, but as a kid, I loved it. And one of the first Halloweens I remember as a kid, I dressed up as Batman. My brother was Robin, and my mom was actually Poison Ivy. And I tried to call my mom yesterday to see if I could get a picture of us in those suits. She said she didn't have any, but it was a cool, like, she was super into like making her costume, and she did a really good job. And it was actually, I think it was the look that Jazz Inc. is making, so it's really cool. So yeah, it'll be awesome to go next to it. And I actually am pretty excited for all of the figures they're doing. I think they're doing like incredible improvements on everything, and I think it's going to turn out really dope. So yeah, I'm hyped for it.
You were saying that you were impressed by the swap out pieces in the Batgirl, because there's two different suits and stuff like that. So like with all the movie is what it is, but like basically like this is ingrained in your heartstrings nostalgia, I'd imagine, by the sounds of things. Would that be a fair statement? Or
yeah, for sure. And it's Arnold, you know, so it's like, most Arnold figures I'm gonna need in the collection. But yeah, it's dope. I'm gonna try to start taking pictures. I don't do photography even nearly a third as well as anybody on this panel, but I have fun taking pictures sometimes, and I think that the freeze gun effect is really cool. I think that'll be cool with Batman and Robin. So yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah. So you have the Clooney and the Chris O'Donnell from this movie already. Did they release the two of them already? I forget.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, I got them.
So you have them in hand?
Yeah, I got them in hand. I have is it Mars? No, it's So that did the freeze in the robe.
Yeah,
that too. That's a really good figure. So he's gonna go next to that one, but that's really cool.
Cool. Matt, do you have any thoughts on this? I think you have the Dragon Toys one. I think on Monday you were saying you weren't getting this.
Yeah, well, I'm really kind of reconsidering.
He said on Monday, Dean, he wasn't getting it, and a lot can change in 2 or 3 days.
Well, when I actually pulled it out, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So when I pulled it out and looked at it, the armor, there's no sheen to it. It's just really lackluster. And I'm just like, this looks so good. So I don't know if I've missed the boat on this, but yeah, it's phenomenal. The only small criticism, and I don't know, but because I've caught it in the community, someone said that his skin color isn't as speckly and metallic enough. And I don't know if that's been playing on me. So that might be my only criticism. But overall, this is really a contender for figure of the year. This is phenomenal. Like, so many people are going to be happy when they get this in hand, and I can't wait to see it.
I can tell you right now, even if that is a legitimate inaccuracy, if I wanted this figure, that would be no way a deal breaker.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty damn good. Just really quickly, I'm just going to address a few of the chats here. So yeah, I had to pay Eddie a small fortune there to come on there. Like, it's the money is in your account, Eddie. We've Batman collectibles, and he has this in hand. I'm pretty sure I saw some of your photos. I don't know, do you stream Batman collectibles? But every now and then I do these shows called Visions, where I sit down with a collector. I did one with Dean a few years ago. We discussed kind of the past, present, and futures of collecting journey. I'm not sure if you'd have an interest in coming on and just chatting to us and seeing how you got started and what's your plan for the future in collecting. Eddie is in demand now. The secret's out. He's calling you to do a LWO with Christian. We have got Figure Fan says the figure looks fantastic. We got Jedi Patrol as well. Thanks very much, Ryan, for watching. Another great guy in the community, and I love his content as well. Been using his app a lot actually recently. It's really handy. So thank you for that. We got Mitchell Lawrence, the blue LEDs. So I'm just going to move that there so we can see everyone. The blue LEDs and the blue Arnold sculpt are cool, no pun intended, but this Batman film ruined my secondary school childhood. I think you gotta compartmentalize. Dean, a quick question. How many Terminator movies are there? I'm curious to see what you will say on this.
Maybe 3.
Maybe. Why did you say maybe 3? Which one is your third one? Which one would you add?
Maybe Salvation.
I thought you'd say Salvation. All right, yeah.
They did a really good job of. He passed away, the actor who was playing a young Carl Reese, but he was very believable as a young Carl Reese. Christian Bale.
Anton
you know.
Yelchin, is it? Is this the guy who was in the rebooted Star Trek? I think was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah. Sorry, what were you
But
saying?
Terminator 1 and 2, amazing. Terminator Salvation, pretty good. And then the rest, terrible, I guess, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but I find that happens a lot. Like some of my favorite franchises, like RoboCop, Alien, Terminator. You could argue it's Star Wars as well, but I find for me that, say, like, even though like the movies after 1 and 2, you know, generally aren't as good as them, obviously, but they don't really detract away from my enjoyment of the first two. You know what I mean? Like, you know, way people say like the sequels ruined Luke, and I know that a lot of people had their issues with what Luke, the way they depicted Luke. I get that. But it doesn't ruin the original trilogy for me. I don't know how people feel about that.
Weird.
Anyone have a comment on that?
It's like the original Crow film, even though it's got terrible sequels, it can't tarnish the first one. But
Yeah, you
the Joker
always have
movie
that.
with Joaquin Phoenix, the second one is so bad that it has tarnished the first one.
Man, Eddie, you've just activated Eddie.
Yeah.
Because
Man, he's
I
got a
love
twitch
the
in her
first
eye
movie.
now.
I think the first movie is a straight up masterpiece. And I went to see the second one, and yeah, it's nowhere. It's a departure from the second, but it didn't have that effect for me. But will you not watch the first one now because of the second one, or?
Oh no, I still love the first one, and I like the scenes in the second one when they're not singing. Like, I remember saw it in the cinema, and the bit where it starts and he's in prison, I was really digging it, and
Yeah.
and I was really into it. I like the courtroom stuff, and it's just, you know, if they had just done one big 10-minute in the middle of the movie, get it out of their system, do the song and dance thing, but, and I get what they were doing, but yeah, I don't know, man. It just.
Have you not practiced your moves for tonight, Dean? We're going to end up with a big dance, all of us.
Yeah, there's going to be loads of jazz hands, like, you know. So. This is good news. I've been watching this for a while, following this for a while, because it's 35 years since Terminator 2 was released in cinemas. They're bringing it back to some cinemas, and I've been watching this like a hawk on the some of the cinemas in Dublin. But the Lighthouse Cinema in Dublin is actually showing it on September 13th. I never saw this movie in the cinema. I've seen the first one because they brought it back to my local cinema for like the 40th anniversary, which is incredible because I never got to see it in the cinema. But Terminator 2, like I never got to see that in the cinema, so it looks like I'm going to. Did anyone on the panel actually see it in the cinema? Whether no,
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did.
Twice.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember when. I remember when back in the day.
Was I born
actually-
when it was in cinemas? I think I was born when it was in cinemas.
I'm jealous. It came out in 91, Eddie. When were you born?
92.
You're 92. Okay, so yeah, fair enough. But I'm gonna keep an eye on that because that's something if you're interested.
Yeah, get there, Shane. Go see it, bro.
Yeah. The Stone
Such a
Mandalorian.
Good big screen experience. Really is.
No doubt. Looking forward to it. Ben Thomas is here.
I did. They had the like 4D show at Universal when I was a kid, so I saw that several times, which was really sick. And that was
cool.
back when like 3D is kind of insane now. When you go to the theater, like it feels like this, like you're in the screen. But back then, like when the cop would like go into the T-1000, like the head would go right in your face, and it felt like you could touch it. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that's
cool. Pretty cool, man. That's really cool. I don't think they do that anymore at Universal. I think they've changed that, haven't they?
Yeah, I forgot what they replaced it with. It might have been Simpsons, or they took away all the old stuff, Back to the Future, and
yeah.
Later,
I
all that
suppose
stuff.
they're trying to appeal to kids, like who wouldn't have seen it or something, maybe. So does anyone have any other thoughts they'd like to add to this before we move on, like Mandy or anything? Or
It's great. I mean, I'm not getting it, but it's a masterpiece. This is Hot Toys when they're on their A game, isn't it? It's like there is nothing I can see about this that they didn't do. They just gave it all, and they gave their all. And that head sculpt. I mean, I'm a sucker for a head sculpt, and it's just bloody brilliant. And also,
they absolutely
blue's my favourite
thrive.
colour.
they absolutely thrive on they're kind of like Iron Man or RoboCops or.
I thought you were going to say they
soldiers.
absolutely thrive on bald people.
But you know what? They do too.
They do. Yeah.
They do a great you know that Boba Fett 2-pack for the
Oh,
Mandalorian
yeah.
that's kind of cheap as chips now. That head sculpt is Tamora Morrison is
All their blue
serious.
head sculpts are great, though, aren't they? Like Yondu was great. Thrawn
Yeah.
is a great head sculpt. This, give me some
Cad
of the blue
Bane.
ones.
I know it's not human, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got
Nebula.
Yeah. Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing.
Someone who's not blue, but is artisan. Eddie, I'm going to start with you on this one. Do you have any interest in John Wick? Do you have a John Wick? Do you want a John Wick? Do you have anything on order? What do you think of this one? This is the artisan from the ballerina.
I had the Chapter 2 John Wick years ago, and I really love that one. I think that's still my favorite John Wick movie to date. But I do need to get one. There's so many that I'm like, which one do I go for?
Spoiled for choice.
I saw the newest one with the white shirt at SDCC, and that one looked really good. And I don't know where I'm at on Hot Toys and Artisan yet, so I skipped the pre-order.
When you
on
say
this.
the newest one, if it comes with a white shirt, it's not the John Wick one that just released. That might be. Was it the John Wick 4 by any chance? It have really long hair.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
think-
that's John Wick 4.
it was the newest announced one, not
Oh.
the newest released, right?
This is the newest announced one because this was announced and released really quickly, but this one
okay.
doesn't come with a white shirt. And
Whatever one
the-
came with a white
yeah.
shirt, that's the newest
I
white
think that
shirt
was John
one.
Wick 4.
Okay, that's the one I saw in person. It looked
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I do prefer the black shirt, obviously, though, because that was the Chapter 2 look. So, and I did really like him in Ballerina. Ballerina was okay. It was a decent movie. His scenes were obviously the best, and I like that they didn't downplay him in that. I was kind of
Yeah.
worried, like
I think
Ballerina
everyone was
gonna
worried
be
that.
fast, and
Yeah.
it's very like tame, and the way they did it, I thought was really well done. But yeah, I definitely want one. I just don't know which one I'm gonna go with. These days, I tend to, if there's multiple figures of something, I tend to like wait it out, see the reviews, see the D Night reviews, and then I'll make my decision on that. Even if it's like, it might be the Chapter 2 one that I still want, and I just end up getting a newer head sculpt for it, you know?
Or
That's
wait
how-
until they inevitably do the Chapter 2 one because they will do it again.
Yeah, that's true. They are doing a lot.
Chapter
of them all over
1
again.
with a white shirt as the business.
Nice.
1 second, I want to just.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that's a great segue because what I was going to
Yeah.
ask, what I was going to say
And
is
then longer tie as well.
this
And
is
it's not
the
wired.
tie. Is that the tie from the Brad Pitt
Actually-
figure you have?
Yeah, the shirt and the tie is from the Brad Pitt interview with the vampire figure.
Yeah, because I was just
And it's
going
nice
to say
because
to Eddie,
you can get it to come out here as well. It's good.
yeah, on the cuff. I was
So
just going to
good.
say to Eddie to watch your review on the John Wick 1 sculpted before he makes his decision. For that reason, he actually swaps out. He has a shirt. So Eddie, it comes with the black shirt and the tie, not the one on screen. This one comes with a black shirt and tie too, but the John Wick 1 sculpted or artisan comes with a black shirt and tie, but also the polo neck and a bunch of weaponry. I actually think the head sculpt is better on the John Wick 1. I think the John Wick 1 is the way to go, but I just think the hair on this looks too thick, and I don't notice Keanu Reeves has a widow's peak, but it's a fairly extreme widow's peak on this one. That's my thoughts on it, really. You know, it looks cool, but I think the John Wick 1 is better. What do you think? I'm going to go to Dean and then Eddie. What do you think, Dean, overall? Are you happy with the one you have, or is anything on the
Yeah.
screen here making you rethink?
I just want one John Wick and the original, the best film, I think, for me. I love the first 3 and part 4 grows on me, but they just got really silly around part 4. It's just, I'll just get this out of the way. There's bits in part 4 where they're fighting amongst people, dancing, smiling and having a good time, and he's literally shooting people in the head 1 foot away from a couple doing this, and they just see it and they just keep smiling and dancing.
Yeah.
That happens a load of times, and I know
Yeah.
whatever, but yeah. So the first film was just grounded enough and still, you know, really, really cool. Just a simple story, but I think this looks fantastic. I don't have any issues with it, to be honest. I'm happy with the one I have, but if you want the longer hair look, which was kind of a bit more prominent throughout the whole thing, I think the face looks excellent. It does seem like they've just literally used the same shirt with the big collar, the same tie that's a bit short, the same jacket. You can see the texture on the jacket is exactly the same as the Part 1 jacket, which you could say, you know, is kind of cool because it looks like... But mind you, they didn't have the armored suit in Part 1, did they? That was Part 2 that came in.
I can't remember it in Part 1, but I do remember him, you know, pulling the suit over his face more in latter movies. Yeah, you're right. I think it wasn't there in the first one. I don't think it was, or it wasn't highlighted as much. I think you're right there, yeah.
But I think this one looks perfect, really. I mean, sometimes some of the pictures, the hair looked a bit thick, but I don't know. I mean, I think it looks great. And if this is the look you're after, it looks like a great figure. But I'm pretty happy with the first one now. That's me done with John Wick.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I kind of agree with Ben. I agree with you as well. Like he said, he doesn't love the likeness in this one for some reason. Made me. I don't know what you're saying in the rest of this, but yeah, he doesn't knock on the likeness in this one. I agree that the John Wick 1 sculpted is the one that you reviewed. That's the one that I have on PO, and that's the one that I'm looking forward to getting. Mitchell has the Ballerina Wick and Eve on pre-order. Thanks very much for watching, Mitchell. Dean, I spoke to Dean about this. I spoke to Eddie. I got your thoughts on this as well, didn't I? Or did you have other things to add? Cool. Matt, what do you think?
Excuse me. It's really odd because before we came on, I discussed with you guys about where it's the same likeness as the John Wick 1, because I think the likeness is better for that figure than this. It just seems odd for this. It just seems a little bit off, yet this would be my preferred look. I like the look for John Wick 4, and that's pretty much close to what this represents. I don't know, it's just a little bit off for me. So I want a definitive kind of John Wick 4 representation, and I've got the John Wick 4 figure, but the hair on that, the plastic hair is really off. The sculpted hair is really off. So I don't know. I wish we could have the John Wick 1 sculpt put to this hairline, maybe. I don't know. That might be the definitive one. And they might do an Artisan John Wick 4 at some point.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie? A lot of time I kind of go by my favorite movie. What is your favorite movie in the...
I don't know about favorite movie, but my favorite look is for John Wick 4. The longer hair, the black suit. So what this look is.
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense.
That
you just like the longer haired look. I got
yes.
you.
Yeah.
And I can see where you're coming with
the
that
black
as well.
shirt. Yeah.
I just I know in the 80s and the 90s there were so many action flicks, whether it was Arnie or Stallone, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, or whether it was Jean-Claude Van Damme or whoever, and like at some point, like I don't know, maybe it's because the superhero movies are so popular for the last few decades. I sat down to watch John Wick a few years ago, and it was just a straight up action movie. And I was like, when was the last time I'd watched a straight up action movie? Because obviously I watch a lot of sci-fi movies which have action elements, or you watch like kind of a comic book movie or comic book inspired movie with action, stuff like that. But straight up action, I was sitting down going, oh, let's see how this goes. And the setup in that movie is so good. The man is hurting as at the start anyway. And like, I cannot imagine the casting they did to cast the world's cutest puppy. Like, well, I think we all agree the world's cutest puppy is your own puppy. Yeah. You're always going to look at your own puppy like that. But the dog was so cute, and in fact, it was a gift from his wife. And then when what happened transpired, I don't want to spoil it for whoever hasn't seen it, whatever. But the way the other side actors, like John Leguizamo and the main villain, the guy from Game, like who are all kind of saying, "Do you realize what you did?" It was so well set up. And then it was like I felt like a slingshot being pulled back for the first 45 minutes, and then boom, it's just class. Love it. So I was actually thinking of Adam there, Dub Toys. Thanks for watching, Adam. I believe Adam, I could be wrong on this now, I think Adam has the John Wick 4, and the back part of the hair has kind of started to oxidize a bit, like it's kind of gone grey compared to the front part, which is black.
Oh.
I'm nearly
That's
sure.
happened to mine. You just get a toothbrush and some warm soapy water.
Is that
sorts
it?
out. Yeah.
And it just turns up back to the kind of black colour,
It's
yeah?
happened with a couple of my figures. The Spider-Man, the old red and
Yeah.
black suit sculpt, and
Yeah.
again, just a toothbrush, bit of warm soapy water, give it a
Yeah.
scrub, sorted.
And it's just
Wow.
about oxidizing.
Yeah,
something.
or
Oh,
lick
good,
it.
Good tip.
You can, if you're doing a photo shoot and you're not.
That's
near a
your
toothbrush,
answer to everything.
lick it, it'll work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mandalorian.
This is
You know,
the way.
I was given a gift. I was given a very cool gift. Because obviously I'm a chemistry teacher, and I was given a cool gift for Christmas. It just had a white cup with the periodic table on it, and it was basically it said, "Can you lick it?" And it was like this little, basically saying that there was a little key of things that you can lick them and you'll be fine, and other things you can lick them and they'll cause serious illness, and other things like no, they're radioactive. So like so every time I'm drinking my tea, it's just kind of funny. Like, but any other thoughts on this John Wick ballerina artisan before we move on?
I have a question now. Is there a sculpted version of this, or is it just the artisan?
No. This one was a quick release, limited, and there was no sculpted. And I don't think this thing in the background. See this diorama? I don't think that comes with it. I'm not sure what that's
That looks
Is
from.
that
Ace.
Patrick's?
That's-
Is it? It's one of Patrick's shots. He reuses.
Zord. Yeah. He's doing. Zord's
I think the
doing the Lord
hair's
work
too
there.
big. It looks a bit Snape-ish.
Really?
Really.
Do you think so?
You know, he'd be a good Snape with this hair.
Yeah, actually, Snape has kind of like thicker black hair. I presume was Alan Rickman wearing a wig in Harry Potter, or
I think he probably was.
yeah, maybe it was. But
The John
Right.
Wick one is better though. Better than
I
this.
prefer
for me,
the John Wick
for
one.
me.
Yeah. Folks, we've 82 people watching live. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, morning, evening, whatever it is, to watch. If you wouldn't mind, if it's not too much trouble, if you could hit the like button, subscribe, it does actually really help grow the channel and support the channel, because the algorithm is kind of punishing. All right, so just going to go back to what we're talking about. This question for now, this is kind of a little bit of a deeper topic. We're not going to spend too long on it, but it's kind of a wild topic. Like, I just had this thought. We touched on this on Monday, and like a lot of people really engage very well in the chat. But if you were told, now I hope I don't want to upset anyone here now, but like, let's say, just touch wood, this would never happen to anyone, but like, let's say you were told you had a year to live. Now, touching wood here if you're superstitious, like that this doesn't happen, but if you were told you had a year to live, what would you do with your collection? Like, that's the question I want to put to the panel and people watching in the chat. And like, we actually got, it's kind of a heavier question, but we got some really funny responses on Monday. On Monday it was like, oh, I'm going to be buried with them, and that's it, you know. Or people said they give them to charity, or people said they'd sell them, or teach their other half how to sell them, or whatever. I know it's kind of a depressing kind of a question, but I just want to put it out there, because you know, people don't really talk about this stuff. Well, Eddie, any thoughts on that? What would you do? What would your plan be?
I never have a plan, so I'm bad at that kind of stuff. But I think I'd stop collecting, and I'd just stop. There'd be no point in getting anything new. And then the stuff that I do have, my brother collects, and I'm sure there's some stuff that my youngest brother would want. He doesn't really collect, because he's only 18, and you know, he just got his first job and everything, and so he doesn't spend money on stuff like this. But I'd probably let them take whatever they wanted, and then whatever was left, I'd probably sell off myself, and not for like crazy prices. I'd probably just sell it, get a little bit of money back, and then, you know, either use that money to do stuff or give it to the people around me that will need it after I'm gone or something like that. But that's like my quick thought on it. I definitely stop right away though. I've always contemplated like spending too much money on this stuff anyway. So especially if I was given a year, I'd be like, yeah, there's no point anymore.
Yeah. I think my thoughts are pretty much the same as yours. I box everything up because I wouldn't want Megan to have to deal with that headache. I just box everything up straight away. Any of my collector friends, I was just like, right, take what you want. I get my nephew to. He's kind of like he's like 10, so I'd be like, okay, what characters like what you want, take them, and then sell off whatever is left, and then just give that to my family or something like that. Like, you know, what about yourself, Mandy?
I did jump in on your chat on Monday, and I said I'd have them all melted down, and then I'd just make a cast, and then I'd be my one figure. But that was just me being an arsehole as usual. But I would, as Eddie said, you just stop. That would be it. I wouldn't be buying any more. But I would like to gift them to people, friends and acquaintances, just so you know you can pass some stuff on. Anything left, put it towards digging the hole in the ground for me and just dropping me in when I'm finally croaked. But that statement, you know, what would you do if you had a year left? Well, that's a true statement for us all. I don't want to get sad here or anything, but at some point in our lives we're all just going to have a year left, aren't we? So it is like, you know, sorry about that. Happy Saturday, everyone.
I saw a meme. I saw a meme on I follow this like because when I was like in my teens and maybe early 20s, I used to skateboard, and I follow this a lot of, you know, skaters and stuff like that, and, you know, meme pages, and it was just a typical like skate spot, and I had a bunch of teenagers, whatever, and the caption was, "Someday you and your mates will go out and have your last skate, but nobody will know." That depressed me, man. I was just like,
man.
oh damn, that's like watching your favorite movie and like not knowing it's your last time watching.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Dean? Dean is like, what is wrong with these people? I'm never coming on this depression show again. Sorry, Dean. We'll bring it back to our regular schedule after. What would you do? Like, what do you think? Or have
I
you
think
ever,
about
have you
it
ever
all
thought
the
about
time. Yeah, I think about it all the time, like every day, because I don't have any kids. There's no one to leave this stuff to. Obviously, I've got friends who, you know, if they wanted something, they could have it. But ideally, there's too much stuff to sell, and a very, very small percentage of the collection is stock. Like, you know, they're all customized in some way, or custom heads, or custom clothes, or repainted, or real weapons. And I'd want, ideally, if there was such a thing as a figure museum in the UK, which I don't think there is, but if there was, I'd just want it all to be set up. I'd have to do it myself, like before I die, you know, like go there with everything, get it all set up behind glass, and just have it be not about me, but about just the sheer, like my werewolves by David Eason on Instagram, like they're so unique. Like the Dog Soldiers werewolf I have, I'm the only one in the world who has one at the moment, and that's been like 2 years or something now, and it just so happens no one else has ordered one of him. But to the fact that, I mean, that's my favorite horror movie of all time, and it's up there. And you know, I just hate the idea of if something happened to me suddenly and just a bunch of strangers come blasting through that door saying, "Oh, John, look, there's a Terminator. You like Terminator? Why don't you have that?" and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I just don't want strangers coming in and taking everything. So I'd want it all to go to a museum, because I think that's what it's always been about on some level for me. Like, I don't know what it is really, but I don't know. After all this time, I still get that crazy feeling sometimes when you get a figure out of a box and it's so real, and it's from a film you love so much, and they're special, man. They really, they deserve to be seen like properly and set up properly, and just somewhere. That's what I'd like mostly, is just for everything I have to be set up somewhere where people can just go and look at it.
So
Like from the Godzilla stuff, the werewolf stuff, the horror custom stuff, all the Batman stuff, everything just all set up nicely. A place where people can just go and appreciate the art of what's possible, you know.
Well, that's a mic drop moment. That's why he's here, folks. Yeah, like so, like if you had like almost like a toy museum, like that has to be a thing. That has to be a thing somewhere. Yeah,
Well, if
that's
someone
a
out
really
there
good
knows
answer.
about that, get in touch with me, because I'm 45 now. So I always think, like when GTA 6 comes out, I was thinking about that, because it took like 13 years for them to do the next game. This is probably my last GTA.
I think they're gonna release the Epstein files before GTA comes out. I think, like, you know, it's there's gonna be a long wait. Is it actually supposed to be released next year, or is it 2028 or?
What, GTA is November 18th, I think, or something like that, this year.
Oh, it's actually this year.
Yeah, they spent $3 billion making it. It's crazy.
It's insane.
I know some people don't understand like with the video game thing, but for me and for I know a lot of people, you know, it's so nice to have these virtual worlds that you can just disappear to like for the last hour of your day. Like you've done your day's work and you know you've done everything. You just lie on your bed and you just escape into another world. They're just getting so real now. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 literally gives you the chance to go back into the old west and just ride around on a horse and experience that kind of atmosphere. I just think it's incredible. Like, so I'm not after GTA for like shooting people and doing all that stuff. Yeah, I'll probably do it, but for me, the first thing I'm doing in GTA 6 is going for a swim in the ocean and checking out the sharks and the nature and the wildlife and stuff like that.
So it's the open world aspect that you, and
every
it's funny because, like I'm not a gamer, but a lot of my friends like do game, and there's a few, Red Dead Redemption always comes up, The Last of Us always comes up, and those open world kind of Grand Theft Auto as well are ones that are constantly coming up as well.
It's so cool because now you've got like Spider-Man games like such high quality, the Batman games, the Arkham ones, so you've literally got for every, like for a kid, like, well I say a kid like me, I'm still a kid really, but it's like I've got my game if I want to be Batman, I've got my game if I want to be Spider-Man, you know, if I want to be a cowboy, I've got that one over there. It's like you've got pretty much almost every scenario now that you'd want. Like Cyberpunk is awesome for that kind of Blade Runner feeling of being in a city like that. You know, I know we're not supposed to be talking about games. I wish more figures were made from games though as well.
Yeah,
I know Hot Toys did the occasional video game character, but there's still so many to touch on.
No, it's even the way you describe it very passionately. Like I know if I got a PS5 and I got my hands on that Spider-Man game, I know it'd be hook, line, and sinker. And then I'd be like, oh, I got to try out this Last of Us, and then I got to try out. I just know I know I would appreciate the gameplay and the fun and the stunning graphics and visuals they have now. It's just like,
where's Shane
between other things, I know it's a time commitment as well.
Shane? He's just like, can't do anything. I'm playing.
Exactly.
Streams will stop. Everything will stop.
I
wish
know
they
that
did
would be
a link
a weakness.
from Zelda. Oh man, I would love a really good link. I love.
Is there a
Zelda.
Superman game?
There's been a few, but not proper. You know, like that would be amazing. You know, that would be cool. I don't know.
Isn't there a Wolverine one coming out?
Yeah, there's a I'm not excited about that for some reason. It looks good. It looks exactly what you'd want from a Wolverine game, but because it's made by the Spider-Man guys, I'm just kind of expecting it to feel kind of similar combat-wise. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really gory.
Yeah, I think Dave X-Men Supreme is really looking forward to that one. Is there a new Terminator game?
Yeah, there's one coming out where you're in like this big open world, I think, and you're being hunted constantly by T-800s in a big desert, and you got to try to get away from them, and there's more to it than that, but that's the main thing, I think, being hunted by T-800s.
The Humble Collector UK, thanks for watching. I was just asking you, Dean, about how do you feel about the digital only, no disc?
It sucks, man. You know, I remember, like, because that's the other thing, there's no more midnight launches anymore. Like for Red Dead 2, I think that was my last one, where you go to the game shop at midnight and you queue up with all the other people there for the same reason. And with GTA or the Rockstar games like Red Dead and GTA, always the packaging's always really nice and premium kind of. So the fact that they're selling the physical box but there's no disc in there, that's just weird.
That is really weird, man. That is very weird.
But there's a Halloween game coming out in literally 2 weeks or something. I'm really looking forward to that as well. They're doing like a really
banned in
nice...
Australia here, Dean.
Oh yeah, man, I heard about that. That fucking sucks. What, you can kill everyone, you can stab them in the head, you can drink alcohol, but if you smoke a little bit of weed, you're out.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking so stupid. No
What game
offense,
is that?
but yeah, Halloween the game.
All right.
God, Matt, I bet you're gutted, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Myers.
I know. I was going to say.
So, like, this was devastating news. Like, are you kidding? So, yeah, it's really shitty to be an Australian.
Yeah. There is a question there, Matt. Do you want to maybe we'll take a little stop from the topics because we make good time through them. Like I don't want to be just flying through them. And do you want to ask Dean a question or two? I got Matt put together some questions that he's kind of he'd like to kind of ask to get your perspective on, Dean. If you want to start off with maybe 2 or 3, Matt, whatever you think yourself there.
Yeah, cool. Dean, when you had Justin visit, did he introduce you to Vegemite?
No, I've never tried it. I love Marmite.
Really?
Is it similar? Yeah, is it the
I
same?
assume so.
sort of
I've
thing?
heard that it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not quite a strong Vegemite. You know, Marmite really bites if you have too much
Yeah.
on your toast. It's not
Oh,
quite
wow.
as strong, I don't think.
I can't believe Justin didn't bring it for you.
He brought me some little figures, bless him. He brought me some
Ah.
stuff, but no Vegemite.
Matt's asking the hard-hitting questions straight away. These are the big potatoes.
Yeah. Okay, I just go through my notes. Dean, how do you think the hobby has changed since you first started?
I guess just social media.
You're
has changed
such a
so
long
much.
runner now. Like, I remember coming into this hobby, and there's the likes of yourself, Clipper King, Xenomorph. A lot of those guys are gone. You've got longevity, so you've been in this hobby for such a long time. You said 20 odd years.
Well, yeah, it'll be 20 years next June, I think, whatever. But yeah, mostly just the technology and like I remember in the early days you could only make your video on YouTube could only be, I think it's 15 minutes max or 10 minutes max.
Oh, wow.
So that's why a lot of people like Clipper King and me and stuff, we used to do part 1, part 2 review,
Yep.
part 3 review, because there was so much you wanted to talk about, but you only had like 10-15 minutes to do it. And you could only upload in like 480p. I think then it went to 720p, and I remember all that. And it's like, now you can do 4K. You can make a video like 10 hours long if you want to. It's so yeah, and just there's so many more people now. Obviously, every day more people discover like Hot Toys and Sideshow and INART and Caustic Plastic and all these guys. But back when I first started, it really did feel very like a big kind of secret that you were trying to let everyone in on. Like you were trying. That's why I was doing my videos. Like, look what these things look like when you light them like this, and trying to trick people into thinking they're real and stuff. Like, because it wasn't hard. Like, well, I suppose back in 2007, the head sculpts weren't that great, but like there were some that were really good. Like the Predators always looked good, even though you had to build them yourself. But the head sculpts looked good. The Alien stuff from Hot Toys was pretty good as well. But yeah, it's just a lot more popular now. There's a lot more choice. Everything's almost been done already now. Like everything from RoboCop, Terminator, everything, it's all been done. But it's just getting more difficult to find something that's never been done before. I thought like when Caustic Plastics announced Labyrinth, like I never even thought about that as a figure.
Yeah.
That was weird. Thanks. Dream and Visions. Thank you, sir. I have to keep being mindful of my microphone. How bad is the echo in right now when I'm talking?
No, you're all right, bro.
Yeah.
It's not when you're
so that's it,
talking,
really.
Dean.
We've lost Shane, though.
Yeah, it's only really when we talk, because obviously it just comes out and you can hear that. It's only really when we talk, so it's fine when you're talking.
That's it, really.
And-
Just yeah.
Dean,
Sorry, Michael.
what's your favourite format that you enjoy doing? Your videos, your photography, your outdoor lighting, your unboxing experience? What's the favourite aspect for you?
Mostly when I don't have to talk and I can just do like a showcase video, and I already have a good piece of music in my head that I've found that will suit the character, and I think, oh, thank God I've got the music. So that just makes everything so much easier, because you kind of hear the music. Like back in the early days, I used to use a lot of copyrighted music and get in trouble for it, because it was weird. No one knew how it worked, because some people were getting away with it, other people get blocked straight away. And Jesus, like I got 3 strikes one time. I deleted 183 videos in one night. Like 183. That was crazy. Because that was back in the days when I was spending like a week on a video, like the Superman Christopher Reeve and stuff, like putting it in front of my TV and trying to make it look like he's in space and trying to match the color of the lights and shit. And then but that was all just trial and error, and luckily I never lost the channel, so that was good. But the main rule is for everyone watching, just don't ever use anything you don't own, you know. But it's getting weird, because you start hearing about people on YouTube getting in trouble for simply having like a Disney logo somewhere on their shelf, and then Disney come after them saying, oh, you've got our property in your video. Like literally it's getting that sort of unpredictable now. Like certain
That seems
Thomas-
ludicrous.
Ben
Yeah.
Thomas
Yeah.
recently got demonetized, and He's yet to talk to a human on the YouTube side. It's all seems to be AI emailing
AI,
him back and giving
That's
generic
the scary part
recommendations.
about it, man. Because
Yeah,
if you
it's
do find
so
yourself in a
irritating.
situation, you're screwed because you can't talk to anyone about it. Especially if you're like me. I mean, if you've got like the gold YouTube thing and you're 100 million subscribers, you can probably talk to someone. But at my level, you can't talk to anybody. It's just you're just on your own.
You're how many subscribers are you at, Dean? If you don't mind me asking.
I think it's 48,000 now.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
that's a
It's a
lot.
nice
big
number.
yeah.
It's a nice
Yeah.
number, but when you think about 20 years, and the quality of the videos, I'm not stupid. I mean, they're not for everyone, but they're not bad. Like, I won't put a video out if I don't think it's at a certain level. It has to be good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you see other people with like 100, whatever, 100,000, 200,000. I wish I was there because I feel like I've earned it, but I'm very stubborn, so I'll never give in. Like I've been doing this long, and I've seen other people get frustrated with that very situation. Oh, why haven't I got the subscribers? Why aren't I getting the views? Why aren't I, and they give up at a certain point. But that kind of just fucking fuels my fire, I just think I'll just keep going.
But that's why I think maybe people come back to your channel because it's long form content. There's a high quality. Like again, it's not just like it's the way you pose the figures, record the figures, and the lighting and stuff you use, and I really like the showcase videos you do. Like I watch the unboxings as well, but like I remember the Peaky Blinders figures, I picked them up as well. The Big Chief Studios ones, and like they're not the greatest figures ever, but like the way that you pose them, and like the little tip about like Shelby's neck is a bit short, and I use that tip that you said to pull it up and gives a bit more neck. It does work, and things like that. Like keep people coming back as well. So.
Well, the short form content and stuff, there's no denying that is the way it should be. Like that's what they want you to do. It's like you see the views that the short videos get, they're obviously working. It's too late for me to learn how to do a 30-second review, like, in that style. I can't do it. It's just, I'm too far into this. So, I mean, I know that I still look forward to, if there's a new figure coming out and I haven't got it yet and I'm looking for that first review so I can really see it, I'm hoping it's a long form video so I can really sink my teeth in and watch it. But I think the short form stuff, obviously, makes sense because you want to just get on with it and see it and, okay, I've done it, But, what's that guy? Oh, Philly says something.
Philly, that's the question I would like to ask you, actually. Do you have any interest in vehicles, or do you just like to keep it purely figures, or is it a space thing, or?
Oh, there's
or
certain
just-
vehicles I'd love to have, but I have no space. I mean, they're on the floor.
Yeah. Space
but
is the enemy.
the only
man.
vehicle I'd love to have, like more than anything in the world, would be the Street Hawk bike, and Jesse Mark from the Street Hawk show in the 80s. I know most people don't know what that is, but that is the dream for me, is Street Hawk.
Right. I've never heard of it. Is it American or English or?
Yeah, it was 1986. It was like kind of Knight Rider and Airwolf, but a guy on a bike.
But with a
Right.
bike form,
Motorcycle.
yeah.
Yeah, and Tangerine Dream, they did all the music for it, and it's got the best theme song ever. Like, if you remember to check it out later on, Street Hawk is the one. And Knight Rider's really cool as well. Batmobiles, the Tumbler, the 89 Batmobile, and the DeLorean. Just this
Certainly
all the
classics.
Ghostbusters Ecto 1, but I just don't have anywhere to put them,
Yeah. The never-ending
Wait for that
space.
museum. When you get that museum,
That's
you
it,
shouldn't.
that's it.
Don't go changing, Dean, because what you do is beautiful. Your videos always draw me in. They engage me for the whole time. The voiceovers that you do when you do them, they just set me. They calm me. There's something about your voice, and then seeing your little dog. He wanders in
Yeah.
occasionally. It's beautiful seeing him, and like I always look forward to your video. I mean, there's so much great content, and you think, it's not like the bloody BBC. Nobody's charging you for it. You put this out for the love of it, and it shows the passion. Your photographs, the videography is just like, just gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, man.
And
Well-
appreciate you.
Yeah, well, I've seen your photography. If you were doing videos, that would be crazy. Like, because you're just your still images, especially the Joaquin Phoenix INART Joker stuff.
Thank you.
That was the first time I saw your pictures, and honestly, doesn't happen very often, but it stopped me in my tracks. I was just looking at it, thinking, Jesus, like, I thought I did a good job, and then I saw yours. I was like, no, they're better. They're better.
Actually, Dean, this is
You'd
a
love to
really
see
good
it.
tie-in. But one of my questions is, would you ever do a collaboration with Mandy? Would you guys work together and do just that, a collaboration, if you could?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun. Those
we go.
Joaquin Phoenix ones, I got the box in. Toys on Fire delivered me the 2-pack, and I just got them out that night, and I was showing my wife, going, "Look at this!" She was going, "Oh!" And then I've got to get a light down, so I just got one light down, put it on top of a big tile, and just shot it all the night that I got it, just really quickly, just so I could get some photos. Because for me, because I don't have all the display space, and I do rotate my figures, when I take a photograph of it, I get to keep it all the time. I've got it on my phone, I've got it on my iPad, so the editing process. So the photographing process I love, and then the editing I love, and then you've got them there, and then you post them on Instagram, and it's a way that I can keep new figures like current with me all the time, you know, even if I'm, you know, I just love it. It's just ace, isn't it? It really is, you know.
Unmute me, Mike. Sorry. I've said it in videos
sorry,
loads of
sorry.
times, but it's literally at the point, it has been for years now, where you might as well be doing a photo session with Spider-Man or Superman, or, you know, I know they're that big, but when you look through the camera and you light it, and you're thinking it looks real, and you might as well be just doing a photo session with a very patient subject. You know, you just sit there.
It's amazing. I mean, like I started with portrait photography, like first of all just on a phone with my dogs, but then I got like the lights before I even knew how to use them, and then my daughter's youth theatre asked me to take some photographs for them for their programmes. So I texted my longtime photographer friend, said, "What do I do?" And she drew me Stickman, because she used to photograph film for catalogues and products, and she did me a Stickman drawing. She came over and she said, "Right, this is what you do. You know, you can have a little bit of fill light there," and it was all gobbledygook at the start, but she gave me a few lessons, just, you know, like, and then if I got stuck, what do I do here? I've got to do this. And she'd draw Stickmen pictures, put your light, your little bit of hair light there, you got your key light there, a bit of bounce if you need it there, bang. And it's just simple, but it's a formula that absolutely works for me. Like Superman got in this week, and he used that formula, just reflector, one light, flash, bang. And that's my favourite go-to, I would say, with dogs as well, but I use two for dogs. Love it. Anyway, I've shut up. Sorry, I just
No, you're all right. That's what you're here for. We're gonna just really quickly, we're gonna touch on this Mustafar Kenobi. These are the blogger photos for it. I'm not going to weigh in on this one, so I'm just going to call upon the panel if there's anyone, like, if you don't have to, don't feel compelled to, but if this is something you're interested in, or you've no interest in, or have some strong feelings for or against this Kenobi. I think this is 315. It's not artisan, it's sculpted with a little bit of a rooted quiff, and it has the base included. There's no like deluxe or anything like that. It's just $315, there's one, and it's released now. Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anyone have any thoughts on this they'd like to share while I toggle through these photos?
I'm under the belief that it's still suffering with the whole bug eye scenario. They really need to rectify this.
Do you think so? Just
yeah, that's the
what do you
biggest
mean?
flaw for this. Well, because with the rolling eyes, I think the eye sockets are way too big for most of their figures. And this one in particular is suffering with that. So all the Kenobi releases that they've done all suffer with this. And I have two Kenobis, and this one's just the same.
It's the
Just
same
think that's
head sculpt
too
by the
wide-eyed.
looks of it.
Yeah. He's very like,
Zord's photography though is pretty damn
great.
good though.
Yeah.
Like that.
Patrick
If I
does
was-
amazing work, yeah.
Yeah, if I say this, if I was a prequels collector and I was into like all the episode 1, 2, 3, this would be like a centerpiece, and I'd go and I'd spend the money on the try to track down. I think that's the Spider-Man Night Monkey base. Yeah, the not the base, the light up thing. It's the light up lava man, molten man type thing, and get some like CCFLs or something like that, because I think that looks incredible. Like,
You know who'll probably do it? Fusion reactors. I bet he'll do some sort of,
Yeah.
He'll if you put it to him, he'll make it, because I've seen that a lot. He's like, yep, this was a customer. But
I love that the way he's put Vader in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone picking this one up, or if anyone want to weigh in on this?
I picked up the Clone Wars Obi head, an extra one, because I've got so many Obis. I've got the Clone Wars Obi, the Mando Obi. I've got the old Revenge of the Sith. I've got Old Man Obi. I've got 2 Kenobi show ones. One I've all weathered and battered, and the other one's clean. But I might get rid of the clean one. But I bought an extra one of these heads so I could put it on the old Revenge of the Sith Obi, and I actually bought him off Agent Silverfox, and he's an old figure now, and but that works, and it looks very similar to this. I'd be worried that the fringe or the bangs would maybe not wear well over time. That's what I would, especially with the mixed plastic and just the fringe, because it already looks slightly different. I mean, it's pretty good, but yeah.
But we've got that with the BVS Superman for INART as well, though.
I don't. He's not my Superman, so I don't even. Sorry, no. Sorry, I don't like the crow either, Dean. You can go off me now.
Eddie's just cracked his knuckles there. He's gonna, by the end of the stream, Eddie's gonna give you a deep dive into Man of Steel and talk about the emotional presence and the journeys that him and Zod were going on, and he's gonna sell it to you.
I did watch Man of Steel this week, didn't I? So I did.
You did your
loved it.
homework. You did your homework. Yeah. We're glad you did your homework. Yeah.
It was all right, but like I don't want to upset Eddie, because like I say, he was with Dean and Zach and Ben my gateway into listening to 1/6 shows, as I said before, on my bike, on listening to your podcast, Collecting Weekly, and that was my company to and from my studio, most days. So it's like, oh, there's a new episode out, and so it's ace to be streaming with you. Thanks.
Yeah, it's too agreeable now though that Eddie's not there.
It's better now, I think.
To be fair, the Collecting Weekly guys, like, I find that anytime I'm on that show or not on that show, there's such different views, but it's always like a good debate, but it never like gets out of hand. Like Dean, the Dream on Collecting Weekly, he's just not a fan of Heath Ledger Joker. Not a fan of. He recognizes the performance is good, but he's not a fan of every week there's a new Heath Ledger Joker out, or he's not actually a fan of those movies. But and then you have people like myself and Marco who are like diehards of that movie. But there's always there's a lot of different viewpoints, and I like that, and it never gets kind of out of hand.
I'll keep my opinion to myself about Heath Ledger Joker then.
No, I need to ask now. Are you gonna do a hot take now, and you're gonna go?
I guess
he's overrated.
It sounds like, I guess I fall very much into what Dean the Dream says.
Put that into a sentence. What is your opinion on Heath Ledger Joker?
Okay, so I will acknowledge that it was a great performance, but I hate the fact that it overshadows the fact that it's a Batman movie. That is my biggest hang up.
My counter to that would be, in order to have a good superhero or comic book movie, it's nearly only as good as its villain. You need a proper threat. You have to put the lead character, the hero, under pressure. He might even have to lose. That'll be my counter argument to that.
And
without Vader, Star Wars is nothing. You know what I mean? Without Thanos, Infinity War.
Merit to what you just said,
you know?
But is it for the fact that it was so good a performance, or the fact that he died and it was the real life events that created the publicity to it?
I think it had more eyes in it, but the performance wouldn't change whether he's alive or dead.
Okay.
Is he from Australia, Heath Ledger?
Yes.
Yeah. He's Australian.
One of your own.
He's an Aussie boy.
What are you doing upside down, future boy? What are you doing?
Matt's an upside down future boy. Yeah.
There's only 2 Jokers, Jack Nicholson and Joaquin. because
Well,
that was
there's my
something
other
really
argument
Oh.
that might
Catch your cell
upset,
phone.
You watch yourself, Mandy.
the other aspect
You
that might
catch
upset
yourself right
Shane
on. Have you been drinking?
is-
You don't even drink.
I don't.
Joker is not the
start.
most compelling Batman villain.
Oh shit, that's a
Go on.
yeah.
I much have a preference for, say, Bane or someone of more interest. Yeah, Riddler is not. I know he's the most forefront and main
That's not
villain
a hot
to
take,
Batman.
though. I don't think that's a hot take. I
Okay.
think that's fair
Yeah.
enough because there are other villains. I get,
Yeah.
that's not a hot take.
Okay, cool.
But no one's getting this Kenobi, no? Tumbleweed. Okay, really quickly. So we'll. I don't know how long we're going to spend talking about this. I wrap up my thoughts really quickly. INART is going to. This is over $1,000. INART is like 300 and something. INART wins in the price point any day of the week.
Yeah.
There's little or no articulation in this. It's a 6 scale statue. So even if the articulation is limited on the INART one, it still wins in the articulation. Honestly, I don't think the prototype of INART or this have completely nailed the likeness. To be honest, I can see kind of Gal Gadot in some pictures, but I actually think the likeness is stronger on the INART one. I don't know. I saw a lot of people saying that this is like night and day, head over heels better than the INART prototype. I just don't see it. If I have no interest in the Wonder Woman from this movie, but I know if I was getting one, I would go INART personally. I'll flick through these photos, folks. Whoever wants to talk about this, just chime in or tell me where to stop on a photo or move on, or anyone at all.
If I had the money, I would get it for sure.
Wow.
I think it's beautiful. Comparing things, like they'd have to be side by side. I don't even remember
True.
what the INART one looks like right now because I haven't seen the pictures in so long, even though I have that on pre-order. But to
Well, no,
me,
Eddie, just as you say that, that's what the
Oh,
INART
there you
one
go.
looks like there.
it looks really good. I mean, I see them both. I think they captured different. See, some of the actually, now that I remember looking at this, there were some pictures where I thought the likeness could be improved on this one.
Oh, I agree with you. I 100%
Yeah.
agree with you. I agree with you. I think both of them could look more like Gal Gadot, but I can still see Gal Gadot in both of them. I
How
just
could
don't think
you-
it's like a shrink ray.
How could you totally capture her beauty? I mean, she is
No,
absolutely.
you couldn't. It's impossible. Fair point.
Drop dead
Some
Fair
people
point.
gorgeous.
just have
It's-
like a face that's hard to capture perfectly, and people look different in different angles and lights, and it's always super tough. And that's why I know people usually hate the statement of like it looks so much better in hand, but I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, if I see it in hand, I end up falling in love with it. It's very rare that I get it in hand and think it's actually shittier than the prototype or the pictures that we saw or the blogger photos.
So,
Yeah.
Eddie, are you a big enough fan that you can tell the difference between the Justice League variant and the BVS? Because there is that representation from INART to J&D.
I leave that stuff to the Dean Knights of the world. I am a big enough.
It just looks more vibrant on the JND, so maybe that's supposed to be Justice League because the desaturation on BVS was pretty.
Yeah,
intense.
J&D is meant to be Justice League.
Yeah,
I
don't really.
this is a beautiful. Like this is my favorite IP for anything. But I have never been the kind of
Come
guy
close
that
to the mic, Eddie.
notices-
You're going a bit low there.
Oh, my bad. This is my favorite collecting thing of anything, right? Like if I could narrow down my collection to just one thing, it would be Zack Snyder DC. So I love it, but I've never been the kind
Not
of
the
guy
Whedon
that-
cut.
Yeah, not the Whedon. Definitely not. I would take that over the new Superman any day though. But I've never been that kind of guy that notices those little details until someone shows it to me. So like that's why I love Dean Knight's reviews, because like when he shows it and then he talks about the subtle differences and you know how one is brighter, or you know the way the lighting was in this movie versus that movie, or the saturation or whatever, like then that shows me a new appreciation, even if it might be for like an older figure versus the newer one. That's usually when I see all the details like that and I think, oh, okay, that I'll go with this over that. But just looking at something, I couldn't tell you, you know.
You need to have it side by side.
I need to have it side by side, and I still need it spelled out for me like I'm a third grader. Like, this is the differences. But I just looking at this, like, it's like Dean says, like some things are meant to be in a museum and like just like appreciated, and I feel that way about this.
So, Eddie, you're picking this up?
No, I can't afford it. If I could
Yeah,
afford
so
it, I would
the price
definitely.
point is actually taken
Yeah,
out.
it's
Okay.
too much. I'm not
Can I just
saying
push back
it's
on
not
that a little
worth
bit
it,
there,
but-
like Eddie? Like, okay, Marco. Every now and then, Marco drops like little knowledge bombs. I presume he hears them from other people and just says them as their own. Because, like, come on, Marco's. And shout out to Marco. He'll say like, control the messaging. But sometimes he said this one thing before about collecting. He said, you can buy anything you want, but you can't buy everything. You know, like if you wanted to get this, you could take out a small loan for like $1,000 or $1,200, and pay, if you really wanted it. But is it like you don't think it's worth it, or you just like can't justify the cost of it? Because I'm kind of in the camp, right? Probably,
I'd have
if I was into it, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't. What do you think?
I'd have to give up too much. I would have to only collect this IP or this thing, I'm kind of like Dean, where I like collecting multiple things, and I have limited space, and it's not
That's where
worth
I'm
the
at.
trade-off for me
Yeah.
to give up on, even if it's little niche things like freeze or something else that we might talk about later today. Like, I can't give up everything just because I love lots of things. If I ever did, though, it would be this, but I'm not willing to give up 4 or 5 figures to just have this one.
So the opportunity cost basically would be too great, and
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, man. I 100% agree with that. Did you have the INART one on pre-order, Eddie? Or
Yeah, I have it on
Yeah.
pre-order with pain.
I think that time will tell, because I'm not really sold on the J&D stuff recently. Like, I mean, they came out swinging with that Joker. I had a look. If it's Dark Knight, I'm always going to have a look. But I was like, when I saw what I saw, I was like, for the price, I was like, no, I'm not getting into that. I don't think the
Sorry
John
to-
Wick looks. Go on, yeah, you work with him.
Is this one of those squishy face things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Silicon.
See, for the money they're charging, it's too, like, we don't know what that's going to be like in 10 years' time, like how weather affects it, temperature, and it's going to end up looking like Rocky Dennis, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
True, man. True. We don't know. Folks, we just hit 101 people watching live. Really appreciate that, folks. If you could hit the like button, subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Or maybe pop a few questions in there. If I see some good ones to Dean towards the end, we can ask Dean those questions. We do have more questions for him. But yeah, like, I think the INART one looks good, but yeah, there's a bit of room for improvement. I think this looks good, but I think the difference between them, if I was a big fan of this particular Wonder Woman, I would be going INART on it, just in terms of quality to cost ratio. Dean, the J&D stuff, like, does it float your boat, or you've no interest in it, or is it too expensive?
Well,
Or you're
just
like,
coming back
"Nah."
to the whole silicone face stuff and everything, like, who really wants that? Like, does anyone in this chat care if their figure's face can do this? You know, like,
No, I don't. I can only speak for myself.
I don't care about that, and it's why. I mean, I guess give people the option for it if they want. You know, it seems to be, let's just keep pushing the realism thing, but at a certain point, you have to kind of think: is that necessary? Is it worth all that extra cost and uncertainty
Or
about?
don't we want
of it?
longevity from our figures? Isn't that the aim of the game?
I will say
Yeah.
I did enjoy the silicone arms on the Bane 2.0, which I think is an
Oh yeah,
incredible
well,
figure.
bodies I
Yeah.
get, but when they're going the full way with, like, you know, I mean, it's cool and it's impressive to see. I remember when they were doing it with the Joker and they're touching his nose and it's moving and all that stuff. It's cool, and it's fine because not everyone else is doing that. So if you do want that, I guess J&D are your people, because everything I've seen looks incredible. Like, that looks like the best Wonder Woman I've seen as far as Gal Gadot in 1/6. But yeah, it's too rich for my blood, and I'm too worried about all that silicone. Like, you know, let's give it a bit more time, see how they hold up and stuff. But me personally, I'm fine with just sculpted heads, and, you know, rooted hair is about as much as I need. Moving eyes, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Are you looking forward to Werewolf, Dean? The is it Robert Eggers?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad there's another werewolf movie coming out because it's been so long since we had a good one. But I'm still waiting to see what the actual design of the werewolf looks like. Is he actually going to do a werewolf? Because like, if you're basing it on around that time, all the books where they used to illustrate what a werewolf was, if he's going to go by that, then we are in for something really, really cool. But if he decides to subvert your expectations and do just something completely different, that makes me nervous. But I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be good because, yeah, like Dog Soldiers, I think was the last truly great werewolf film. Like that was over like 20 years ago or something. I know there's been some good ones here and there.
Have you seen like Robert Eggers, any of his other movies, The Lighthouse, The Witch?
Yeah, I've seen The Witch, I've seen The Lighthouse, I've seen Nosferatu, and I've seen The Northman.
Yes, you've seen them all. And do you like his style?
He's all right, not crazy about it, but I've never sort of come away from one of his films thinking, "Oh, that sucked." Like I appreciate that there's someone out there going to the lengths he goes to do his his movies his way, and they are very distinct and stuff. So so I'm just hoping it's a cool design for the werewolf. And the transformation scene, I think maybe because obviously with American Werewolf in London, and that was 1981 or whatever. That's like still the best one.
Werewolf film.
Yeah, so it's like, is he going to try to finally beat that? Because someone's got to step up one day and say, okay, it's a classic, but
you don't think the Howling is on par with that?
I do. I love the Howling transformation. I prefer it, to be honest. Yeah, it's darker because he's enjoying the pain, and he's got her cornered in the room with a gurney, and she can't get away. And even if she did try to make a break for it, like everyone says, why does she stand there watching him change? It's like because she's frozen with fear, and if she does move, he's just going to grab her and make it worse. So, the Howling's dark. It's amazing.
Yeah, Eddie's a big fan of. I'm pretty sure I've got this right. Eddie, you like Eggers stuff, don't you?
Yeah, but I haven't seen probably like a good 2 or 3 of the main. I've only seen Nosferatu and Northman, and I loved both of those movies.
I thought you saw The Witch, no?
No, I haven't seen The Witch.
I hate The Witch.
I loved The Witch. That creeped me out, man.
Shane, we can't be friends anymore.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay. That did it for me, man. Yeah, it just creeped me out.
It's funny because people ask you like, what horror movies do you hate? And 2 come to mind. It's The Witch and The Babadook. They are the 2 that I really can't stand.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. I only saw it once though.
I knew by looking at the cover of the Northman, Eddie's gonna love this. A few Viking guys with swords. Yeah. Eddie's gonna love it. Like Yeah. All right. So no one's getting the Wonder Woman. Okay, I kind of figured that, but look, we touched on it anyway. It is 1/6 scale, even though it's a statue. But look, time will tell. I would go in on that. Do you want to weigh in on this, Mandy, before we move on? Or does anyone have any closing thoughts on the 1/6 scale J&D statue Wonder Woman?
What had put me off is just not being able to move her and pose her for photographs, because that's primarily, I don't just leave my figures in a one position. I'll change them around and move it about. Even the ones that I display, it's so beautiful. It really is. And I don't have but the more I see this, the more I just think when INART comes out, I'm going to see if anyone's got an extra one, because it's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. And I know that shouldn't be a reason to get one, but it shouldn't be a reason not to get her. And I do enjoy a Wonder Woman film. So
that's a nice take on it.
And also Lucy loves Gal Gadot, so I could justify getting her, spending the money, because I go look, and she'll go, oh, I'd say, what about keeping her downstairs? Yes, let's do it. So,
next to the TV, and you watch a whole movie, and it's like, what was that about? No idea. I was looking at Gal Gadot.
Don't know.
Yeah. She's. I'm convinced that she wasn't born. She was genetically
created,
grown.
She was created like what's that movie, Mannequin? She was just created like Kim Cattrall. She was just figment of
Kim
the
Cattrall. It's funny you
imagination.
say that, because Megan's rewatching all the Sex and the City episodes, and
peak.
man, it's like I forgot a lot of that show, like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
It's
crazy,
racy,
man.
isn't it?
It is. It's way racier than I thought, because it was like, I thought this
know.
was like 90s, noughties. This is, I was on TV, really racy. Because I thought things would gradually be getting like more like that, but I think it's actually taking a backtrack. But okay,
It's
so pardon?
HBO back then was the only like
Yeah,
channel that would have stuff like that.
and even like Sopranos
Like
and The
the
Wire,
late
and a lot of
night
that
stuff,
stuff be
yeah.
fairly racy. I want to just really quickly, we're going on to the next topic. Is obviously Eddie is now activated. We'll get to the Man of Steel now, and we're going to get to the photos on INART. I know if you've been watching the channel, you know that, yeah, myself and Mandy and Matt aren't really going to comment too much on this. Just I haven't had Eddie on the show in a long time. He's a big fan of the Man of Steel. I want to get his thoughts on the movie
Get his
and
take on it,
the images. Pardon?
Get Eddie's take on this. It'd be great.
Yeah, and Dean as well, obviously. Look, really quickly, just some basic housekeeping, folks. We're at 5,962, so we're edging our way closer and closer to 6K. So if you are watching, you're not subscribed, and you're getting any sort of value or enjoying it, I would appreciate if you'd hit the subscribe button.
Please.
And that's the Instagram handle if you want to follow me on Instagram. Gotta give a massive shout out to the channel members. We've got 2 different tiers. We'll go through the troopers first, and then we'll go through the commanders tier. But so we got Joe, Stefan, Chewy's Bandolier, Ants Life, and Lucy Burton. They're the newest channel members. Then we got Obi-Wan's Attic, Chris K, Philly Z, TJ Mike, Keith Lee, Collectors Universe, 16 Mike, Viking Collectibles, Yomo, Dogito, 16 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, H and Silver Fox, B Wong, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mike L, and Ryan Smith. Of course, the commanders then get their handles, their YouTube handles, YouTube names displayed at the end of all the content like this. Rest in peace, Mark Mitchell. New videos. I finally got around to, I did a dual unboxing review of Andor and K2SO. That's now live on the channel. My thoughts on Freeze and the Mustafar Obi-Wan. And really quickly, I'm going to post, first of all, I'll tell you, Clan 6 is really blowing up. They're on 466 members there on Facebook. So I'm just going to cut and paste and put this into the live chat there. So if you're watching now live, in the live chat there's a Facebook link going on. If you want to click on that and request to join Clan 6, just a very friendly 1/6 scale collecting group. People post their photography or answer or ask questions about customs or whatever. It's a 1/6 scale Facebook group, and it's very, very friendly, and we've got some great moderators over there. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind join there if you're interested. And who else do we have now? Yeah, so we're back to this. Then we're back onto the Man of Steel. I'm going to start off with this. So, sorry, folks. Not that Rotten Tomato scores really matter, but it got 56% for the audience score, and it's at 56% critic score, and then 75% for the audience score. So what I'd like to do, just to start the conversation, like, Eddie, will you give your thoughts on Man of Steel and just give me like a rating out of 5 stars? You can give half stars as well if you want. Like, what are your thoughts on Man of Steel? Why do you love it so much?
Yeah, so my rating would probably be 4 stars. I don't know why I wouldn't give it 5. I just wouldn't give it 5. I feel like it's hard to give anything a 5-star for me. I don't know why. If I didn't have any thing that I would change to it, maybe I'd give something 5 stars, but just 4 stars feels right. But I love Man of Steel. I rewatched it yesterday because I knew we'd be talking about it today, and the biggest thing for me is just the feeling that I get watching it. I don't think, at least for me, there's another superhero movie that I could watch that gives me more hope than this movie gives me. I think Zack Snyder did such a great job of like embodying hope in that character. I think the movie is about hope. I just love the way Cavill was in the movie. I loved everything about it. I loved the villain. I love Zod. I love his dad. I love his his adopted dad too, Kevin Costner. I love the actor that plays his mom. I love everything in here is perfect to me. Like, I think they all did a fantastic job. And when I was rewatching it, I know, Shane, you have like an opinion for the third act that it's not as good, but I still love the third act as well. When I was watching it, and you said this about villains earlier, I feel like in superhero movies nowadays, we don't get villains that feel like they're a threat or that they actually mean to do harm. Like, I feel like nowadays we get a lot of these like
Misunderstood.
Yeah, misunderstood villains, or like self-redeeming villains that end up becoming heroes at the end. And I just love how Zod is like, you know, he's biologically programmed to, he has this one thing he has to achieve, and that's to keep Krypton's people going, and he can't think of anything other than that. He's like programmed that that's all he can do, and he'll stop at nothing. And I know the ending for everybody is controversial because of what Superman has to do to end that, but I also love the way that you can just feel how hard of a choice it was for him to do that. Like, it completely goes against his character, but at the same time, he knows he's the guy that has to make this decision for the greater good of all mankind. And it felt like it was heavy with him, and just the whole time you're watching, I feel like there's this big weight on his shoulders, and he bears it really well, and he's struggling with it. I don't know. It's just like the whole vibe I get from the whole movie. I just love the way I feel when I watch it. I feel like, you know, obviously we're not dealing with that, but like, I feel like I resonate in the way he's carrying that weight with other things that you carry in life. And like, I don't know. I just thought that they represented that feeling of weight on Superman's shoulders. Like, I thought they nailed it perfectly. And I love Kevin Costner in it, the way he plays his father. And it goes to show you like how he became Superman, and like how much his own parents had a effect on how he turned out. And it's just an amazing movie. Like, I love everything about it, but I still would only give it 4 stars. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but I still don't feel right giving it 5 stars, but I love it. I can't really think of anything that I would want to change with it personally. So
I enjoyed all of that, Eddie. I'm not going to lie. I love when people are so passionate about something and they articulate so well why they're passionate about it. It makes me want to watch the movie again.
That's what I was just going to say. I watched it last Sunday and for the first time, and I want to watch it again now from what Eddie's just said.
Like,
and I think
one
thing,
you
know,
like,
the way you said, Eddie, sorry, you know the way you said, like a lot of people will say, oh, it's too dark. I think a lot of, and I know that, I think a lot of people are just hung up on maybe the color of the suit or just the color grading. Yeah, it is physically dark, but I think people, they saw the dark suit and the color grading, they're like, oh, it's too dark, but they also mean it's too dark as like a movie or the tone or the way he conducts himself. But what you said there, I think that completely contradicts that argument. I think there's a lot of
it conveys hope. Yeah.
I think there's so much hope.
And I would change. This might just be me, and like I have a friend where we talk about this shit, and I'll tell him like how I feel about it, and he, you know, he's one of those guys that I'm like gay or what, you know, like it's just like maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but like to me, I wouldn't say dark, I'd say warm. Like, there's a lot of warmth in the coloring, and like when the sun shines on him, like it's a warm, it's those yellow tones, and like that's hope. Like when you feel good about hope, or like that it's all going to be okay, it feels warm. And I feel like that could just be like me thinking that and like correlating it with that, but like that's how I feel about it. But yeah, if you rewatch it and you just, every decision that Cavill makes, you could tell it's like he's trying to be the best he could be for his dad. Like, he knew his dad had this vision of him like helping the world, and that he'd be a light for the world someday. And anytime
that did instill these
yeah
ideals into him.
Yeah, he gets in fights with bullies and he knows he has to be the bigger guy, even though he's struggling so hard with it. But that's what he has to do. Or like the bar scene when the guy's being a jerk and he can't do anything about it. And like, it's so much strength.
But it's not that he can't, though. That's the thing. That's what makes it better. He can. He could absolutely have done anything he wanted there, but he chooses not to.
Because he has to do the right thing. He just knows that's why he struggles so much. His moral compass
is just bang on, isn't it?
That's why he struggles so much at the end when he's, you know, he has to kill Zod. He's like, he doesn't want it. It completely goes against everything, but he knows that he has to do it. You know, this guy's biologically programmed. He's not going to stop.
Yeah, he's like a machine. Like, before we talk about the before I go through the photos and want to hear your thoughts on the INART Superman prototype images. Dean, what about yourself? Like, would I be right in saying Reeve is your Superman, or am I wrong?
Christopher Reeve would be my Superman, you know, just because when I was a kid, that was what was on TV, and it was magical and it was awesome. And I do think he is still the best as far as Clark Kent and Superman. Just the way he handled it was fantastic. But what I give Man of Steel, I'd probably give it a 4-star excellent out of that. Same as Eddie. I loved what Eddie said. I think one of the most powerful elements of Man of Steel is the score, the music.
100%.
It makes
100%.
It makes every scene. Just think about, like, you know, you got the subtle theme where he's in the snow and it's just the piano going doom 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 like that. It just makes you emotional just hearing it. But also, you know, the bit when the douchebag truck driver throws the thing at the back of his head and he has to kind of just walk away. Later on, when he comes out of the bar and he's just shredded his truck, and you just get the really subtle drums just doing the dum 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 dum. That fucking moment there, that's one of my favorites because of the music. But the whole score to that film is fucking unbelievable. Like, I remember the trailers, I forget it was trailer 2, had, because of the music, was just awe-inspiring. It was incredible. Like, honestly, I can't think of a superhero film, like, other than, you know, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, maybe. The music is so important for why it's so memorable and why it's so good. And I loved Henry Cavill in Man of Steel. Didn't like him as much in BVS. Like, it got way too, I don't know, you could talk about that forever, but I think Man of Steel, it was perfect, you know, like, it was really good. There is something about the third act that maybe stops it from being an absolute masterpiece, because I think the first sort of hour and then 20 minutes, like, is perfect. Like, it was great the way they showed, and even when he's being born at the very beginning, even that's kind of emotional because of how the music is surrounding the scene and everything. It's fucking brilliantly done. But I don't know, there's something stopping it from being an absolute classic, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. But yeah, I love the way he looked in it. I prefer his hair is a little bit bigger in Man of Steel, so it just kind of makes him look a bit, I don't know, compared to BVS, like, because his hair was so tightly slicked back in BVS. Like, where is he finding the time to do that? Like, you know, in this it makes sense because he just, you know, his hair is the same kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, that just looks incredible.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of segue into that. Thanks very much to Dean, and thanks very much to Eddie for sharing your thoughts on that. So, like, I know as far as I'm concerned, it's been PO'd, it's been pre-ordered. What about you, Matt? Have you pre-ordered this already?
Yes, I have.
Mandy, not you, but Eddie. What about yourself, Dean? You have any interest in this? Are you going to order it, or are you going to wait, or would you reckon you'd have it in your possession?
I'm going to wait and see what happens. I would definitely prefer to have this one. At the end of the day, if I was going to have one Henry Cavill, this is the one I want. Good
stuff. All right. So give us your thoughts, and I'm just going to flick through some of these. You can tell me to stop on a certain photo, or zoom in, or just general thoughts. Can you hear me, Dean?
That's nice.
Oh, sorry, me? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving it back to Eddie. Yeah.
No, you're all right.
I'll just keep it brief. It looks great. I can't see anything to complain about. Some shots, the suit looks a bit more vibrant than others. I think the head sculpts look really good. The proportions look great. Cape looks really nice. Everything, man. It looks like a great Man of Steel figure, so I'm really excited for it. Some people were saying and it looked like he maybe doesn't come with a flight pole to hover. Is that true?
No, he does. They eventually released that photo. Do you know the photo where it shows everything he comes with? They did that the day before, but yeah.
Oh, that's
a great
cool.
shot.
Then. Yeah, I mean, I love that head
It's my
sculpt too.
favourite
That's
shot.
awesome.
That's my favorite shot too. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, and that one too. Yeah, man,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
It just looks great.
Super, very positive. So, and Eddie, take it away.
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal. I don't see anything. The only nitpick I have is with this secondary head sculpt. I don't know if I love the slightly open teeth. When I was watching the film, I tried to see how often he does that furrowed brow with the teeth, and he doesn't do it too often. There's a couple scenes he does it when he's talking to Lois next to his dad's gravesite, and maybe one other scene, but I'm like, I like that it's more furrowed because he does that furrowed brow a lot look in the movie, just not so many where his teeth are showing like that. So that kind of throws it off a little bit for me. I mean, his brow is slightly furrowed in the regular head sculpt, so it's fine, but I do kind of wish it was more closed mouth and maybe more furrowed and like he's looking at the sun, or I don't know. But that's the only thing. I don't hate it. To me, I feel like I would have liked it more if it was more of a closed mouth look.
Would you prefer like the closed eyes looking at the sun charging up look like they did with the corn sweat, or would you?
It would be a nice throw in. I'd rather have it as a third sculpt. I don't need the closed eye because I feel like that's like a very niche, like one either for a photo. I don't know if you're gonna have him pose that way all the time. I wouldn't mind a more angry, or I was thinking, I think someone mentioned this on your last Hope show when he's screaming after he just kills Zod. I would have loved that as well.
Yeah, a few people
kind of
saying
have him
that as
kneeling
well,
on
yeah.
the ground. That would have been a nice
Yeah.
scene to portray there. But everything I love. I mean, I love the figure. I definitely wish it came with the magnetic base. I saw they had the metal sort of like crotch rest, not necessarily a grabber, but I don't love that they're doing that now. I really wish they do the magnetic because I have my BVS on the magnetic base and it works
I love that.
perfectly. And
I love that.
so
Yeah, it's like it's funny streaming now. It's like I look to the left and it's just there, and it's just I don't know that figure always just catching my eyes, just really catching my eye. I assume this is Zach, but Zach says tell Eddie I love him. Zach loves you, Eddie. So there you go. Thanks, Zach, for watching. Much appreciated. All right. So where are we at then? Do anyone have any closing thoughts, Mandy? Just on this Henry Cavill before we move on.
I'm hoping
Not to
we'll
take
watch
away
the
from what
film.
Eddie just said, but I actually like the secondary sculpt. I know most people are preferring the more neutral one, but I actually really do like the secondary sculpt. I thought he probably did it more. I haven't watched the movie in a while, but like I think about when he's walking down the street, he's like telling everyone to get inside. I just that's how I envision that second sculpt.
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I
I'm
just find it's
scared
kind
if
of
I
like
watch
in
the film
between.
again. I want it.
Say it again.
yeah.
I'm scared if I watch the film again after Eddie's
do it,
review,
Mandy,
I'm
do
gonna
it.
want
If you go back and listen to Eddie talk about and what he was saying about, it, you'll be like, maybe I do need to watch this
It's like,
again.
yeah, I need to watch
Yeah.
it again, and I need to watch it closer and on my own, so I really take in
Yeah.
all the details.
Yeah, Eddie's wallet kryptonite. That's what he is. You know,
I really
so-
hope they don't do a ton of crazy poses in those photos, but I really hope I can kind of get him into the flight pose when he's got his knuckle down and he's getting ready to take off. I tried my best to do it with BVS. Yeah, I can kind of get it there, but also his head doesn't have enough range back to get him like looking
Tilts up,
straight.
yeah.
So
Current sweat does
that was
would
one of the
really love-
critiques I've heard. Yeah, like about the Corn Sweat and the Superman, I think the BVS and the Man of Steel prototype. People are saying because like the Corn Sweat wasn't one of the taglines of the movie. Look up,
Look up.
but then
Yeah.
the figure can't look up so good.
Can't achieve it.
Before we move on to something else, it just hit me when I was sitting there. I said, I can't let a Man of Steel conversation go by without mentioning Feora.
Oh right,
Like,
I saw the review.
she
and
was
you talking
such
about
a steen sealer. Like I sent pictures to INART. I said, look, would you consider making her?
Please,
The
please, yeah.
her armor and the two different head sculpts. One where she first,
Mm.
you know, when she comes down and she talks to like the army, and she's got the kind of head thing on.
Mm.
Like, oh, so incredible. And
And
they
Zod.
said it's doubtful. You know, they're going to do Zod. If they're going to do an enemy, it'll be Zod. And I doubt they're going to do Feora. But can you imagine an INART Feora? Fuck.
I'd say
That'd
they'd
be
kill it.
so
And like
good.
they've done, like if you look at it, like they've done very different styles now. Like they started off with the obviously the Joker and the tailored suit and stuff like that, and the rooted hair, and then we've seen Superman style, which is a completely different style of suit, and now we're seeing endoskeletons, which is the first kind of like cyborg robotic Iron Man style thing. Like so, and the Dune figure is incredible, and it's so different. And the Dune still suits sometimes remind me of Zod and Fiora, but obviously they're more like robotic and bigger and, you know, biomechanical or whatever. But yeah, I can imagine that, and I'd say they'd kill it, but they're not really one for, they kind of do like the main characters, don't they, Dean? This kind of like main character or villain. Although the Bale Batman, man, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for that. I could be waiting a long time, but I hope they eventually do. Like either or. I like. I know you're a big fan of the Batman Begins suit. I like both of them, but it's actually the Dark Knight suit is actually my favorite suit. I'm kind of the opposite. Like, but I like both of the suits. But I think INART would kill either or, because Hot Toys there have dropped the ball with the. Actually, I think it was actually when you were on my show last, and I was watching some of your videos about the customizations you've done on those figures and stuff like that. And I took the MMS 595 the last time they did the Begins, the Hot Toys one. I got one of the ones with the matte bodies, and then from your videos and from speaking to you, I went and I got like the Jackson Jew cowl and an OT Customs cape, and it has a little base that comes from Spider-Man 3, and it is a night and day difference. Like now I look at it and I admire it as before they had the pigeon neck, as you're saying, and it's very hard to unsee that, like, you know.
I
But,
did the same as
thanks.
well. Yeah, with that influence, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly, and especially with the mouth plates. I know Christian Bale made funny. He did make funny faces, but you don't have to make the funny faces just because he makes them, you know. But yeah, hopefully, INART will come true in that someday. Okay, this is why the people are really here, folks. This is why the people are really here. This is it. Hold on to your shorts, folks. $390. We have Jonesy the First, a Fortnite character, I believe. I know nothing about this, only the price and what it looks like, and it's from Fortnite. Can someone please help me out here? Someone please talk about this. Tell me what it is. Anyone?
I actually pre-ordered this.
You did not.
I did.
Eddie, you are the most unpredictable human being I've ever met in my life. Crazy.
I don't know from what year to what year, but I played Fortnite the whole first chapter. They did this. They had like they have seasons, and I think they did 10 seasons, and then they started a chapter 2. But for the first chapter, I played Fortnite for like a good couple of years. I don't remember. It's probably from like 2017 to 2019, maybe. I don't know.
Man, it's funny you say that, because when I first heard about Fortnite, I was over in the Middle East and I was teaching over there, and the kids who would have been about 16 were all telling me about Fortnite and talking about some dance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that would have been 2017 to 2019.
Yeah.
But when people talk about this, when you said you'd ordered it, it reminds me of that like Civil War quote when Cap says to Tony, "How old is this kid?" And Tony said, "I don't know. He's on the young side. I didn't carbon date him." But so that's what I think when someone's buying. It's obviously I am not the target audience for this. But sorry, continue on. You played this when it was first a thing.
Yeah, and Jonesy is like the first sort of default skin if you choose male or female. Like Jonesy's the first default skin that you get, and then the loot llama that he comes with is it's like a pinata that's like full of different weapons and heals and all kinds of stuff, and better weapons are usually in there, and they like randomly generate throughout the map. You can find them in different places, so it's kind of, if you played Fortnite, then it's kind of cool. You could have the loot llama scattered around, and It's cool. I have like a Christmas tree ornament of one that, because they pop up in trees too. You have to knock down the tree and it'll fall out of the tree. But I just like that Hot Toys is doing more video game stuff. You know, I know there's a ton of video game collectors, and I know obviously they're going to start with the super popular stuff. They did League of Legends, and then they're doing this, and they do some other. They're doing the PlayStation one, the one that Death Stranding, I think. So I just like that they're doing more of that. But Fortnite is pretty nostalgic with me. And when I was a kid, I was always a bigger video game kid than I was the toy kid or collecting or anything. I didn't start collecting until I was like already late 20s. So for me, the more video game stuff they get into, I'm gonna love. And if they keep going down this rabbit hole of Fortnite stuff, I mean, I'm not gonna get everything, but I also like that the first one they did is a limited edition, and I'm sure if they do more, like they're gonna come with different weapons from the game, and so you got this guy, you have this shotgun, and you get the next one, it's a different one, and I think it's cool. I think they nailed the look of it, like 100%. It's perfect. So I actually am pretty excited. That's why it's like everybody, I can see everybody in the community is like, what the heck? And I'm like,
you know what though, like as much as I'm making a joke, like I'm happy to see things like this being made, because if you look at the last few years, they're really branching out. They've obviously some deal going with Netflix. They've made Squid Game. I know you got the Gion from that turned out great. They're making the K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, I'm not the target audience for that, but it was a worldwide phenomenon. The One Piece, the League of Legends, stuff that we wouldn't normally see. You know, I know the Hono stuff seems to be gone now, but they're really branching out, and it's for somebody. It's that, like, it's not for me, but it's for someone. And like, because I'm happy with, I don't mind when this stuff comes out, because someone is excited as I was when they drop an Alien Queen or a Robo Cane. My brain still does not accept that Hot Toys are actually doing a Robo Cane. I cannot believe it. But like, someone else will be looking at that going, who asked for this? You know what I mean? So I think it's good that, like, you know, they're branching out on different things and they're covering a lot of bases, but it's just not something I know nothing about.
I don't know. I don't know how well this will do, like, because obviously it's a much younger generation that loves Fortnite. I know there's, you know, a good amount of older people that can afford this that would probably want it. I could see, you know, a lot of streamers that stream Fortnite, they have their video game background stuff and different things. I could see them buying this to put it in their background or something. Or I don't know how many adults are going to be buying this for their kids or something. It is kind of higher price for what it is, and I think it's because it comes with the loot llama.
That is 100%. Yeah, so 100%. One thing I was thinking, because I know that I can't remember my stats, but I remember if I checked my analytics in YouTube, and I see it here now. I think it's so like all time as age and gender. So age and gender there. So like, let's say age for the last basically 30% of my viewers are between 25 and 34. 35% are between 35 and 44. So that's the peak. They're they're mid 30s to mid 40s. So they have that available cash. And then like another 23% are from 45 to 54. So they're older people who probably didn't play Fortnite. I know older people can play Fortnite. I get that. But say the majority are probably in around your age or younger. Would that be fair to say, if like a bell curve on it, Eddie?
Yeah, I would say my age or younger. I don't know that there's too many older that are playing it.
Yeah. That's cool though. Anyone else on the panel order this or have played Fortnite or have any interest? You could be on your own, Eddie, but that's okay.
I played it a couple of times with Martha. Didn't know what I was doing. Run around, just hiding.
Why did you say that name? Sorry guys, I couldn't resist. That was just like, that was low-lying fruit. Why did you say that name? So you played it with Martha, and go on.
And I did really well, but I didn't know what I was doing. She was brilliant, like building stuff, and I was just like hiding, just like a proper coward. But I said, cowardly lion and me separated at birth. But I mean, I think it's great that they're doing this. It is brilliant. it is really expensive, but it's going to draw people into this hobby, isn't it? And it's going to keep Hot Toys going, you know, because it's bringing new people in. Somebody that might not have like wants like a hyper real figure, they want these characters, and they're like, okay, so if they're doing these, well, they don't look too bad, and then it'll just draw them in. I mean, it looks a good figure, but it isn't something I want yet. I've got the Arcane figures. I would love a Blue Eye Samurai. I've got the One Piece pixel poses Zoro on order. So I do like characters from anime and stuff, but games characters I don't think I've really got. I'm not, like I said, if they release a Link, then I'm all in. I'm all in, you know, with his little ocarina any day. But yeah, it's ace.
That's Zelda, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Ben Thomas be on board for that as well. A big Zelda fan. What about
now Matt? I love him even more.
Yeah. What about Matt or Dean? Any interest in this, or is it not for you?
Well, I think I'm the oldest member on this panel, so I definitely
You're only
don't
21.
think...
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I definitely don't think I'm the right demographic for this. However, my
you
kids
can floss,
play this.
Though, Matt. I've seen you doing the floss.
Yeah. My kids play this, so I'm really lost on this. I do like the llama. I think that's really cool. It kind of gives me the vibes of Jinx's shark bazooka. Like, I think it's just a cool aspect. So, Mandy, would you put this with the Arcane figures?
I mean, no.
No.
I would put the pixel poses Zorro though. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he'll work with them, just like in photos, silly ones.
I guess I got a question for Eddie. Do you think that Hot Toys will potentially, having the license to this, use other skins of other popular IPs?
That's a good point. I was gonna bring it up before we switched off of it. Is they have so much. I mean, they have John Wick. They just released Bleach. This is another anime. They've done Disney skins. They've done
Star Wars.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z. They've done all kinds of stuff. So they've done Halo. They did a Master Chief. There's a ton of IPs they have under the Fortnite branch. So I don't know how that would work licensing wise. If they could make a figure from, like, say, a
Fortnite Vader or something, or whatever.
Yeah, they've done Star Wars.
Do you know what they do?
I'm sure they'll do an
They'll release a Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it's the Fortnite version, and everyone will lose their minds.
I'd have to get that.
Yeah.
I would.
Dean, I know you said you were a gamer, but like a Fortnite ever?
I think I tried it once because it's free, isn't it? I downloaded it a few years ago. I tried it and then didn't know what was going on, so I stopped. But I know they put Art the Clown in there once. I'd like to see. That'd be cool. There's a Michael Myers 1978 Fortnite skin as well. That'd be interesting. But other than that, I don't know anything about it, guys.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
It was Fortnite was also just like a big phenomenon in the gaming, like online gaming community. Because like for me, I'm sure someone will be like, no, you're wrong. It's not like, but it was the first game that I saw that created Battle Royale, which kind of changed a lot of what was what the community was interested like for FPS. Cause that's what brought on, what does Call of Duty do now? They don't focus on multiplayer anymore. They do their World War something, where it's like a battle royale now, and that's what all the streamers for Call of Duty are doing. And like, so Fortnite changed kind of the way we were playing FPS shooters when it first came out. So it's like pretty big impact on that world.
Cool. Does will we get the Q&A underway? Matt, you're up. Matt's the quiz. You're like Bob now on the Monday nights. Only your questions hopefully are easier. Yeah.
Okay, so Dean, with Shane's Big Four, who's your representation for that?
So Alien, Predator, Terminator, RoboCop. Which one would you prefer if you could only pick one?
Oh, what, out of just those 4, pick one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which franchise would be your favorite out of
man.
Alien, Predator, RoboCop, Terminator? Not an easy question.
Shit, hang on a minute. Oh, man. I don't know. That's too hard. Like,
No pressure.
It's too hard. It's like Alien and Aliens are just incredible. RoboCop is probably the best film of the 80s overall, and the design is so good. Yeah.
I just have the full screen Eddie there. I tried to get Eddie to watch RoboCop, and he did, but he's not a fan. It's Dean, like, as someone who loves RoboCop, and I agree with you, it's been a struggle in our relationship, myself and Eddie. I still love the guy, but there were some tough times, there were some dark days there, Dean, where, you know,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Now, Eddie, what don't you like about RoboCop?
We
you're
don't
not
have
gonna-
that amount of time. Dean has to.
It just doesn't hold up to me.
Oh God.
I
You-
don't
you-
like. It's goofy to me. The movement, the way he looks. You know, I send Dean the GIF all the time of when he's sitting in the chair and he's doing this, and I'm like, what the?
Eddie, you're a sick bastard. I'm sorry. Like, just, no, yeah, just,
just
you're
doesn't-
getting,
Isn't
you're
that with
getting, you're
the
getting the
hamster
meme. You're
giving
getting the
him
meme.
pleasure?
You're getting-
Catch your cell phone.
I
yeah.
was busy playing Fortnite and it just didn't hold up.
This is how I feel when you talk about RoboCop. Just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
You know when you know, I'm sure most of you have seen White Chicks, the movie. When what's his name? I forget the black dude's name. The giant, muscular, bald black dude.
Terry
and he's
Crews.
Yeah, and he's walking around doing the robot shit. When I watch RoboCop, that's what I see when he's
Nah,
walking around. I'm like, dude, I can't.
It's a good impression.
I'm gonna mute his mic. I have a question for Dean. I don't own a Jungle Hunter at all, so I've got the 2.0 on pre-order. I know, like, you've got the eye for that character, and I know that, like, it has its issues. Like, what are the main things they need to fix? Like, okay, Hot Toys mightn't do any of this, but like, if you could pick like 1 or 2 things that you're like, this needs to be addressed before it releases, what would you like to see updated about that Jungle Hunter 2.0?
Oh man, I can't remember too much about it now. I haven't seen it in so long because they've just kind of took it away. Like, hopefully they change a few things. I can't even remember now, to be honest. I'd have to go back and watch my thoughts video on it when they first released the pictures. But there's just so much. There's so much that needs adjusting. The proportions, everything, the mask, the face, the weather.
The height's a big one, I think, because
yeah, everything, man.
understand,
Like, it has to look like
people
Kevin
are-
Peter Hall in the suit. He had a very distinct kind of
yeah,
proportions in the way he carried himself. And yeah, I just don't think Hot Toys have put the time into it unless they've made loads of changes. And when it comes out, I mean, I'd love to see INART do it, because I think they would. I try and find it on my phone. There's a moment when Arnie's hiding when he comes out of the water and he's covered in mud and he's hiding underneath the branches or whatever, and the Predator's just kind of come out of the water and he's just looking around and he just taps his gauntlet device, and there's just like the kind of side profile where he turns and looks at the camera, but you see the shape of him, like he's kind of, he's not as, I don't know. I don't think Hot Toys are going to nail it when it's released. I'm still getting it because I'm just such a big fan, and I might be able to make it look better, maybe. I mean, because I've got quite a few parts from previous figures that I might be able to swap some stuff and maybe make it better, but you know, there's just literally from head to toe, the whole thing needed a rethink.
yeah. Because I remember like watching your video, and it was things like that. There's different paint applications and things with the tendrils, and like I wouldn't have the same eye for that, but I did. Someone kind of were saying that, and that they went through the proportions and the height on Sideshow, and they were saying that if they did a Dutch and they had them the same height as the new T800s, which would make sense, the Predator really wouldn't be that much taller than them. And if they do a Dutch 2.0 and the Predator 2.0 is more or less the same height, like that, that would be a bit
It's
unfortunate,
problematic,
like,
yeah.
you know, because you would want the height difference, you know. Do you have another question there, Matt? Or?
Yeah, Shane. Sorry, Dean. We associate, or I associate, Batman and Myers as favorite characters for you. So, what is your favorite representation in figure format for those guys?
I've just found the picture I was talking about. Sorry, let me just show you. Right, so there's a particular image, and I know it's not gonna be very clear on the screen, but that is what it should look like. You know,
No, it's,
I mean,
it's pretty good.
look at
actually.
the
It's coming
weathering.
through pretty good.
Look at the weathering on his kind of side chest piece there, and like the dreads, the exact length of like certain ones are longer than others. The way the mask looks, the eyes, the visors. I mean, the proportions. I mean, that is what I want. You know, if you're going to do it, you have to. This is why I think INART should do it, because I think they'll see a picture like this and they'll understand the level of work that has to go into it. You know, it's just like when you zoom in as well.
Yeah.
Like the weathering on this mask, like it's pretty
Yeah.
intense,
Yeah.
and all
As
over
opposed
him.
to just being the one color. Yeah, yeah.
That string
I'm
vest
just
though
hoping-
just makes me think
yeah.
of Cher. If I could turn back time, you know, like that. It just does.
I don't want to see the Predator straddle a cannon.
Okay, someone that's only seen Predator, Badlands.
Oh, Mandy.
What's the?
Okay,
Go on, what's
your
this
week's
movie?
homework, Mandy. Your this week's homework is to watch the first Predator movie, 1987, I think. Is that right?
Is this with
1987?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's the one you want to watch.
There's your homework.
There's
Okay.
your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the question, Matt, about Myers?
Yeah, I associate Myers and Batman as your favorite characters. So, what is your best figure representation for either one of those characters?
What, like custom included, or just the
Yes,
stuff you can buy?
yeah, that's right. Because you've got a lot of custom stuff for your Myers, etc.
So including custom stuff?
Yes, mate.
That gets too difficult because it's always debatable. There's so many great custom 1/6 scale Myers original head sculpts from the first movie. The one I have that I sort of treasure the most is called the Mad Bug V2 sculpt, which is quite hard to get hold of these days. They're not made anymore, and there weren't that many around even when it was happening. But the Trick or Treat Studios head sculpt for the figure, I mean, the figure's not that great, really. You know, I mean, it's pretty affordable, and you know, it could be better. But the sculpt of the mask, they got dead on right.
So you preferred
yeah, I
that
mean,
over the sideshow one?
I've got the sideshow. A friend of mine sold me everything except the head sculpt because he knew I didn't like the head sculpt, so he just sold me the body and the coveralls. The sideshow coveralls for the 78 Myers are really good, like really good. And the hands were great as well. They look really angry, like you can see the veins, like from where he's gripping the knife. Like a lot of people miss that when they're doing Myers stuff. Is like his hands have to look angry as well. But yeah, it's too difficult. There's too many people. There was a guy called Ryan Harper who was doing custom heads for a while. I don't know what he's up to these days. I don't think he's doing it anymore. He was really good. Yeah, that's a whole ocean of stuff out there, man. It's very difficult to just say one thing. But for Batman, like for Batman Begins anyway, I mean, just the ones everyone knows about, like OT Customs, Unreal Toys, Jackson, Ben Choi, and those are the ones I know of. They do great work when it comes to, you know, Batman Begins and all that stuff.
Is there a figure that say has not been produced in 1/6 scale that you would love to see done?
Street Hawk again.
Gotcha. You mentioned that.
Never
earlier.
gonna happen. It'd be so cool though, man. If like, let me find a quick image of what Street Hawk looks like.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to call out this question from Mags. Will Dean be getting the Jazz Inc. Catwoman from Batman Returns 1992? And what does he think about the figure now that we've seen the final product? And if Eddie and Mandy have any questions you'd like to ask Dean there?
Street Hawk.
Ooh.
It's
Oh, that's the
big,
bike.
yeah, it's
Ah,
a really
cool.
Yeah.
and the suit was really cool as well. But it
It's
would have light up
1986.
features, like the bike's got some really the bike's got some really cool light up features on it and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'd want the most, as unlikely as it is. What was that last thing you said? Oh, the
Just on
Jazz Inc.
the-
Catwoman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures Philly did. They were, I mean, amazing. The figure looks incredible from what I've seen. Like, do you know what it is? It's weird because I think Hot Toys have been holding off on that maybe just because of how slender she is and how thin she is. Like, the suit is skin tight. Like, what material would Hot Toys use? I don't know what Jazz Inc. have used for it. I'd be very curious to see in person how it moves, you know, like when she's posing and stuff. Like, what happens to what kind of wrinkles happen there, and does it stretch and pull? And like, I'm very curious about it, but I'm wondering why, because it seems like such a no-brainer. Hot Toys teased it at an event like maybe 15 years ago now. Yeah, this is and a quarter scale Jungle Hunter Predator, the same event.
Wow.
They had they didn't have prototypes. They just had a card behind glass with other prototypes, and they had Catwoman and Penguin, the classic Batman Returns poster where they're all in a row like that going down, and they had a big sign saying that they were doing a quarter scale Jungle Hunter. Both things never happened, but yeah, I'm just wondering
they do that quite a bit, don't
what it
they?
is. Yeah. But I'll be very curious to see the Jazz Inc. one, just to see how they handled the outfit, because it's such a tight fit on such a slender body. So yeah, interesting.
And, like, do you reckon would you be picking it up, or would you have any interest in any of the?
I don't even know how much it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to wait and see what happens once it's actually released, and I can see more of it.
Yeah,
sort of
fair,
gauge
fair.
things then. You know.
Yeah. Does anyone on the panel have another question for? Or you've a question there, Mandy? We'll probably give it another few minutes before we wrap up. I'm conscious of everyone's time, so or even if people in the chat. Mandy, take it away there.
I'm intrigued, Dean, of what sort of setup do you use for your photos and for your videography? You know, what lighting do you use? What camera? Do you use a tripod? Do you handhold? Do you, just a bit of a...
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it in the screen. It's just my light. Like, I've got 3 of these. They're just like Amazon lights. They're crap.
No way.
Yeah. And they change like warm, cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I use 3 of those. One from behind, one at the front. One behind, one coming from above, and maybe one from the side. And that's it. Just those 3 lights.
Just constant light. Yeah. Constant light, and then your camera on a tripod. And
oh yeah, I don't really use tripods unless I'm very, very rarely just doing like a rotating base shot and I'm standing where that door is, and because I need the black curtains that I have behind the laptop here. They're like black velvet curtains on purpose, because when you shoot against black velvet, it absorbs light, so you won't get any reflections of the light
like
shooting against black velvet.
Muso black material that you can buy that's about
it's
100 quid
it's literally
for just
velvet.
a metre square. Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your favourite lens?
They're literally just. I don't have a clue. I use the one that came with the camera. Yeah. I just used the stock one. It does everything I need it to do.
Keep doing what you're doing. It looks nice.
That's a sign of someone who
Mandy.
just has a good eye. Like that's it.
Absolutely.
Like
Yep.
that's it. It's class. I
Best
was
camera
actually.
you got's the one that's in your pocket or on you all the time.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Could be a phone.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
I was reviewing the Cillian Murphy today. The Scarecrow. I love that. Love it.
Yeah.
So-
Like, I ended up buying that twice.
Yeah?
I never do that.
One
I
with
had to, I had to
with
get
the
2.
mask, one with the skull. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to display both looks, I just had to, because it just came together so well with the mask on and the suit and the little apparatus and all that stuff. I just had to get 2 of them. Plus, Toy Assemble were doing it for very reasonable, like 205, I think it was. And I thought it's only going to get more expensive in a couple of years' time. It will be going for like bloody 400 or something. So I thought, and plus I was able to sell off the spare parts because I only needed another body. So I had a spare Cillian Murphy, spare masked head, spare this, spare that, and I just sold the other stuff and made back like more than half the money for the second one.
And because you know what, I didn't realize until today. What I thought it was a Cillian Murphy head sculpt, a burlap sack head sculpt with adjustable eyes, and then like just an empty burlap sack. I didn't realize there's actually 2 burlap sack head sculpts, one regular and one with the maggots. Then there's the one you can just hold that's empty, and then there's a Cillian. It's like a DX for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
Very nice.
Chris Webb saying, Dean, you were to blame for the damage to my bank account as your Jackson Shoe 1/4 scale cowl made me pick up the figure cowl, gauntlets, cape. Some yet to be delivered, but thanks for the inspiration. And Nihilus Gray saying,
thanks, Chris.
agreed. Dean's reviews look the best. There's lots of well-deserved credit. Yeah. Anyone else have a question?
Dean, I got another one. Well, actually, this could be to the whole panel. Is there an oversaturation of a particular character in the hobby? You know, like too many Jokers, too many Iron Man, too many Spider-Man, too many Anakins?
All of those ones, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those ones, all them ones, yeah. Yeah. It's just you don't feel safe because you just want to get the best Heath Ledger Joker and have that done with. But then there's always another one, and then it's obsolete. Well, not as far as I'm concerned, but as far as everyone else is concerned. If you got the old one, you got the old one. There's a new one now. So it's like, you know, you're never going to be done with that. So, but then I'm pretty happy because I got a custom head eventually for my Joker, and so it's nice that way because it kind of ends up being a little bit more unique, and it's nice to have something that's still that main character, but because you got like a nice custom part on it, it makes it a bit unique, and you know, that's cool.
Any questions, Eddie, before we wrap it up?
I don't have any questions. I just would like to say to Dean, like, I think you sell yourself short when it comes to your stuff, man. I think it's amazing, and I look forward to your reviews the most, and the way you light everything and just the way you capture the figure that looks realistic, and the lighting in the eyes. You're always trying to get that perfect shine on the eyes, and everything you do, like, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, man. I just think it's funny with the lighting thing because I don't know. I can't show it on camera because I might get in trouble. But I've got the INART Negan here for like he's been here for like 3 weeks now.
Oh man,
and it's such a weird figure to film because if you make the slightest little adjustment with the lighting, he'll look like someone else. And I won't say who because then I'll get in trouble. But I'll talk about that when I review it. I'm waiting for the embargo. Because they keep, I don't know what I can say because you know, they're very strict. But it's a great figure. Like, it's really, really good. But it's one of them ones where the slightest change in lighting can make it look like a different person. So you got to be like, I heard that at the events when they were showing it as well. Like some of the high up in art people kept adjusting the display lights at the event because they weren't happy with the way it looked. And I had my concerns about it, but then when I actually got my hands on it, I saw it in front of me. I was like, "No, this is perfect. Like, it really looks like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's spot on." But the slightest, you'll probably see that when it's released. Like, there'll be pictures where you'll think it doesn't really look like him, but it does. Trust me. It's just a very strange example of how certain people's faces just are hard to light sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
You move the light and it looks like Gal Gadot straight away.
There's so many different factors if you think about it, though. Like, you know, like if it's warm light or cool light, the distance of the light, the angle of the light,
where it casts the shadow,
Benny, you are aware that I look like Gal Gadot with a red corset and a blue skirt, don't you?
Absolutely. When you just move the light there, or this
I will never forget that image that's now burned into my mind. And if that's not a note to end the stream, I don't know what is. I'd like to thank Dean. I'd like to thank Eddie, Matt, and Mandy, everyone who give up their time on a Saturday evening to come on the stream and discuss plastic. Thank you. We peaked at about 100 and something live viewers, so that's greatly appreciated. And anyone watching on the replay, really, really appreciate that as well. So, does anyone have anything like upcoming in their channel they would like to promote, or anyone shout outs to be given before we move on here and wrap this up?
I'll just say thank you so much for having me on, guys. That's it. Just
anytime.
Really means a lot, and thanks for all your kind words and everything. And I've always been a bit of I don't know, introvert's the word, but I don't never know what to do when someone says something nice because I don't know what to do. So I kind of lock up. But but it means so much to hear everything. It means so much everything. So just, you know, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and thank you for having me on. And thanks for all the lovely things you said and everything. It means so much.
And in fairness, I think the There was like everyone. I think we're on the same kind of train of thought here, the panel and stuff like that. Like, it's just the quality of the reviews. There's effort clearly gone into them, Dean. And I think it was Eddie. Was it Eddie or Matt was considering getting a John Wick, and I'm not sure which one. Watch his review on the John Wick one with the sculpted hair to come out. It's done a great job. Like, so, thanks a million to everyone. We good to go, or anyone else to?
Well, Shane, just thank you for bringing us all together today.
Yeah.
Like, we
No
appreciate
problem,
what you do, mate. So,
and you know what?
you're a
You're a
legend.
hero. You are a hero.
I'm
You
definitely
really
not a
are.
hero.
Mandy,
but,
give the crow another try.
yeah, the Crow and the Predator. You have work to do.
Okay. Man of Steel.
Great to see Eddie come out
Predator.
of retirement as well. We got him back,
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
that's it, folks.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. We'll see you again. So, get my outro. See you, folks.
Thanks, guys.